Chapter 807. Behave Yourself. Su Yen only thought about it for a moment before giving up. He did not cause any trouble and approached the dragon vein. Midnight passed, and Su Yen was almost at Bao-Cai's location. He took a deep breath and continued to follow the underground vein to explore the traces of the demon court's great Dao dragon vein. When he was close to his destination, Su Yen discovered that the dragon totem was showing signs of recovery. This made him happy. This meant that the demon court's dragon vein was really of great help to the dragon totem. Su Yen was looking forward to how powerful the dragon totem would be after recovering to this level. I'm almost there. It's right ahead. The surrounding space emitted oppressive fluctuations. The main reason was that the demonic aura was too thick. He had definitely arrived at the core of the demon court. He could vaguely feel that there was an old monster with a terrifying aura in seclusion underground. Su Yen was very cautious. He checked his body's condition once again before he continued to cross with ease. After all, Su Yen had the yin-yang compass. He could gather the power of heaven and earth and conceal his aura. As long as a mighty figure did not suddenly look at this place, he would not be exposed. When the essence energy in the space was so dense that it could not be dispersed, Su Yen knew that he had arrived at his destination. In this space, the aura was extremely oppressive, like a raging sea falling from the top of the sky. The demon court's great Dao dragon vein was peerlessly powerful. If Su Yen barged in directly, his incarnation would definitely be crushed by the terrifying energy source. He was still at the edge. Su Yen held his breath and patiently explored the terrain here, memorizing the direction of the earth vein. Today, Su Yen was here to scout. He did not want to obtain anything. In this hazy world of purple chi, a terrifying figure appeared vaguely. It must be the core cultivators of the demon court cultivating here, breathing in the essence of the great Dao dragon vein. Unfortunately, these people did not notice that there was a human cultivator lingering nearby. The demon court's dragon vein is really terrifying. It has accumulated for a long time. The energy stored inside can be said to be world-shaking. The demon court's great Dao dragon vein occupied a huge space. It was no less than 100,000 miles. Su Yen wandered around the edge for a couple of hours and roughly figured out the direction of the terrain. When he raised his head and looked up, it was as if he saw the 9 heavens gathering. The purple ocean was roaring, and the sea of the heavens was surging. It was truly spectacular and terrifying, gathering the unimaginable power of the demon court. Su Yan's expression changed. Wasn't the layout of this place too shocking? However, even Su Yen seemed extremely small as he stood there. He was like an ant looking up at the blue dome of heaven. He had a feeling that he did not know where to start. Entering is as difficult as ascending to the heavens. We have to find an opportunity. Su Yen smiled bitterly. How could the demon court's dragon vein be so easily broken? The demon region must have set up all sorts of seals here. Even mighty figures would find it extremely difficult to open this dragon vein. This was equivalent to the lifeline of the fiend court. It was exceptionally terrifying, rising and falling here, like a matchless fiend god that was about to awaken. It erupted with millions and millions of streaks of light, full of fluctuations that suppressed all living things. However, Su Yen was not in a hurry. He waited here. Time passed bit by bit. The experts who were cultivating near the demon court's dragon vein focused on absorbing the essence of the dragon vein. One had to know that those who could cultivate here had a very high status in the demon court. These energy essences were also leaked from the dragon vein. This dragon vein was the dragon head that nurtured the demon court's land. If anything happened, the demon court's land would be severely damaged. It's coming. Su Yan's eyes lit up slightly. He could vaguely sense that the great Dao dragon vein was about to tremble. Boom. Sure enough, a dull sound exploded. It was deafening, like a thunderbolt on a clear day, waking up the experts of the demon region who were cultivating here. More than 10 experts appeared, causing Su Yan's expression to turn ugly. There were too many experts guarding this place. There were more than 10 heavenly gods, and there was even a divine king secretly guarding it. Even if the great Tao Dragon Vein was important, there was really no need for the demon region to let these experts guard here, right? Just as Su Yan was having a headache, the vast and magnificent demon court's dragon vein trembled again. The endless array formations protecting it burned, and at this moment, some cracks appeared. They began to spew out boundless golden light. For a time, it was as if dragons had emerged from the sea. Rays of golden divine light pierced through the sky, radiating towards the demon region. It's true! Just as Su Yan had guessed, if he wanted to enter the dragon vein, he could only wait for it to erupt with energy essence on its own. Moreover, there wasn't much time left for Su Yan. He had to sneak in as soon as possible. However, with so many experts guarding this place, it was too difficult to sneak in. Boom! Suddenly, the Divine King, who was lurking in the dark, made a move, causing Su Yan's mind to tense up. Could it be that he had been exposed? Then, he realized that the Divine King had covered the sky with one hand. In an instant, he had covered up thousands of golden dragon vein essence. This was the essence of the great Tao Dragon Vein. It could be considered a rare precious medicine and was very precious. The Divine King had collected a large amount of essence. With a wave of his hand, he pushed towards a spatial coordinate. That is, Su Yan's pupils suddenly constricted. The space exploded with a bang, revealing a terrifying figure. It was indomitable, like a demon king who had split the world apart. This figure was extremely resplendent, like a burning golden sun that suppressed the world. His body was covered in golden scales that were as brilliant as dragon scales. This person's appearance was very similar to Little North Demon. Could it be? The only difference between him and Little North Demon was that he had a closed vertical eye between his eyebrows. North Demon. Su Yan was sure that he was North Demon. Just based on the terrifying essence blood source in his body and the domineering demon god body, Su Yan was certain. North Demon had long become a god. Now, he was standing here. His pores were absorbing a huge amount of dragon vein essence. This energy was naturally a great supplement that helped North Demon strengthen his demon god body. A peak race was a peak race, and this future ruler of the demon region had already started to enjoy such treatment. Standing here and absorbing the essence of the great Tao Dragon Vein to cultivate was too extravagant. Even the Divine King did not have such treatment. His eye, Su Yan frowned. He realized that North Demon's vertical eye was very strange. It was never open, but a large amount of purple essence had passed through his vertical eye. It was even more than his body had absorbed. Could it be that North Demon was terrifying because of his heavenly eye? When the future North Demon Highness opens his heavenly eye, no one can compete with him. Su Yan heard the generals under North Demon talking. This was a huge clue. North Demon's most terrifying trump card was the vertical eye between his eyebrows. This was very important. There was no news of it in the outside world. This was enough to prove the importance of the heavenly eye. Why hasn't the 9-dragon treasure medicine appeared yet? Some experts said angrily, does the 9-dragon treasure medicine not recognize North Demon? F***CK. 9-dragon treasure medicine. Su Yan's eyes turned red. It was rumored that the #1 treasure medicine of the demon domain was the legendary 9 dragons treasure medicine. No one had ever seen this treasure medicine before. According to ancient legends, eating the 9-dragon treasure medicine was equivalent to a true dragon being reborn. It could be said that the value of the 9 dragons treasured medicine was about the same as the Big Dipper divine medicine. However, the 9 dragons treasured medicine was terrifying enough. The experts of the demon court knew very well that the 9 dragons treasured medicine was the #1 treasure of the demon court. Since they were waiting here, It meant that the 9-dragon treasure medicine was in the Tao Dragon vein. It was very difficult to find the 9-dragon treasure medicine in the Tao Dragon vein. First of all, the Tao Dragon vein was terrifying. The energy was too strong. They couldn't stay in the Tao Dragon vein for a long time. Don't worry. That evil creature will be refined to death soon. When that time comes, His Highness will control the banners of demons. The 9-dragon treasure medicine will have no choice but to submit to His Highness. From their words, Su Yan obtained a lot of information. North Demon was already strong enough. If he obtained the banners of demons and forcefully suppressed the 9-dragon treasure medicine, then North Demon would really be heaven-defying. From the beginning to the end, North Demon was cold and emotionless. He stood between heaven and earth and bathed in the essence of the Tao Dragon vein. All the geniuses of the demon court were competing to absorb the essence of the Tao, but North Demon was absorbing it so openly. Who knew what they would think if they knew? Since ancient times, no one from the peak races could cultivate in the great Tao Dragon vein, not even mighty figures. The Dragon vein was the place where the demon court rose and prospered. It was also a peerless treasure land for the continuation of the races. They would not allow experts to enter to cultivate. They had to ensure that the great Tao Dragon vein would exist for countless years. Banners of demons. I'm also looking forward to it. After a long while, North Demon spoke coldly. There were very few things in the world that could attract him. He was naturally determined to obtain the banners of demons. Only with this item in hand could he control the entire demon court. He would also obtain an unimaginable foundation. North Demon's overall aura became more and more terrifying and domineering. The golden scales on his body clanged, and the space collapsed. Seeing this, the Divine King, who protected North Demon, sighed. Those old things still say that Baokai is the orthodox. Nonsense. How can that small fish be compared to North Demon? North Demon's strength is enough to turn their lives upside down. That's right. Even Tai Baotsai's brother, Su Yan, can only look up to North Demon. He's not qualified to talk to North Demon face to face. North Demon will definitely be invincible in the future. The generals under North Demon's command admired North Demon greatly. The Divine King was full of praise. He said that North Demon would definitely surpass Chiu Ming and the others in the future and become the unparalleled king of the demon Tao in the universe. After all, North Demon was strong enough. However, if he obtained the banners of demons and the 9-dragon herb, he would really be heaven-defying. Even the young powerhouses of the Chaos Ruins would pale in comparison to North Demon. How arrogant! He wants to be invincible in the world. Does the banners of demons give North Demon that much confidence? Su Yan had been hiding in the space, not daring to act rashly. Su Yan sneered in his heart. Just the banners of demons alone can make him invincible in the world. Then wouldn't the demon domain be the ruler of the universe for generations? What can the ancestral hall do? At this time, North Demon and the others' figures began to blur. This was because the time for the Tao Dragon vein to erupt was over. The entire Tao Dragon vein sealed itself. Su Yan discovered a problem. They seemed to be unable to enter the Demon Court Dragon vein. Could this seal have something to do with the banners of demons? Chapter 808. Su Yan did not stay here for long. Taking advantage of the time when they were chatting happily, he quietly left the area. Su Yan heaved a sigh of relief when he returned to his room. Although it was only his original body, if he lost 2 treasures, it would be enough to make Su Yan's heart ache. There were still 2 days before the battle between Enji and the North Yao. Su Yan calculated the layout of the Great Tao Dragon vein and started to make some formations. The Yao court was getting more and more lively. Over the past few days, some representatives of the peak races had come. The Divine King had also come to participate in the event. They all wanted to know how powerful the North Yao was now. a North Yao who had obtained the banners of demons and was about to become the ruler of all demons. Just thinking about it was shocking. All the peak races attached great importance to the North Yao, especially the Nine Yang sect. They were a little afraid of the North Yao in the future. King Flash might have died. A piece of news spread throughout the entire demon region, causing the experts of various clans to exclaim in surprise. The Lightning King was a peak clan, a rising star of the Divine Firmament star area. If such a character died, it would be a great change. The Blood region was not quiet either. The Divine Firmament star region and the Daluo dynasty were furious. They even suspected that the Feng family was behind this. Luo Tiandu and King Flash were Ingjia. They were enough to look down on their peers. In the future, they would be the leaders of their races. If they really died in the corpse blood sea, it would be a big deal. They are not dead yet? Su Yan was a little surprised when he heard this news. If the two young giants had really fallen, it would be strange if the two peak clans did not go crazy. It was obvious that they were still alive, which meant that their primordial spirit lamps were still lit. However, they could face the threat of death at any time. However, the corpse blood sea was a place of death. Even half-step almighties couldn't go deep. It was too dangerous. I wonder how Hua Qing is doing. Su Yan sighed in his heart. He didn't have the heart to care about these things now. He continued to make formations. And Ji, on the other hand, did not sleep or rest as he continued to research his mystic arts. Since he had already spoken, taking back his words would only damage the Dao Hall's reputation. Another day passed. At night, Su Yan's original body went on the road again. This time, Su Yan went to the prison of Baokai to explore the surrounding area and engrave the topographic map of the area. It was 50,000 kilometers away from the Demon Court's Dragon Vein. Although Su Yan could reach there in a short period of time with his speed, he had to rush there immediately if there was a problem with the Great Dao Dragon Vein. Therefore, Su Yan prepared to inscribe a set of space formation that could integrate with the general trend of heaven and earth. Before he left, he looked deeply at the place where Baokai was imprisoned and said in a deep voice, "Hold on, time is almost up. Wait for me." Su Yan quietly returned. Just as his original body was about to return, he did not expect Zixia Fairy to break in. Luo Deli glared at Zixia Fairy. Although he knew that she was Su Yan's friend, he was really worried that she would harm Su Yan if she came here so late at night. Deli, stand down. Su Yan's original body opened his eyes. His face was a little pale. It was obvious that he had not fully recovered from the gathering of his original body, but it should be done by tomorrow. You really want to go? Zixia Fairy frowned and looked at Su Yan. How confident are you? Hearing this, Su Yan was silent for a while, then said to Zixia Fairy, 30%. You have 30% confidence? Zixia Fairy was a little skeptical. Baokai must be closely guarded. Although 30% confidence was very low, Zixia Fairy was still very surprised by his decision to risk his life. Well, I won't ask any more, Zixia Fairy said curiously. Zixia Fairy asked curiously, I want to know if you really saved Tai Baokai. How are you going to leave? Hearing this, Su Yan was silent. He had not thought about how to leave. There was only one way from here to the outside world, and that was through the gate of 10,000 demons. But once Su Yan saved Baokai, Xin Xiangming and the others would definitely find out. Don't tell me that you haven't thought about how to leave? Zixia Fairy did not know whether to laugh or cry. Then what's the point of saving Tai Baokai? You can't do it without sacrificing yourself. I have thought about it, but it seems that there is no other way. Su Yan smiled bitterly. Then what's the difference between you and death? Zixia Fairy's face was a little serious. She said, if you really have no confidence, I suggest you quit. Don't make unnecessary sacrifices. I might not die. I might be able to escape unscathed. Su Yan smiled. He only had a certain degree of confidence in saving Tai Baokai, and the way to leave was on Tai Baokai himself, and that was the banners of demons. You bastard, you're still hiding it! Xixia Fairy gathered her hair, and her graceful figure was full of the great path's charm. A snow-white hand reached out from her sleeve, and a golden, translucent beast skin map floated in it. This ancient beast skin map was like a condensed starry sky floating, full of a terrifying aura that covered the heavenly abyss. Starry sky beast skin? Su Yen was a little surprised. Xun Lei had given this to the Starry Sky Beast King at a great cost, but now the Starry Sky Beast skin was much stronger than before. Yes, the Starry Sky Beast King has returned from the 10,000 demon pool. Its strength has increased a lot, and it is in seclusion in my room. This Starry Sky Beast skin has also transformed. It is very powerful. Xixia Fairy chuckled. Even a half-almighty would find it difficult to catch up with this thing in a short time. It is good at hiding. It is a terrifying space-time secret treasure. The Starry Sky Beast King asked me to lend it to you for a few days. I hope it will be helpful to you. Help me thank her. Su Yen did not refuse or decline. He really wanted this thing. It should be able to hide from the ancestral blessings detection. You can come back alive and thank her in person. Xixia Fairy walked gracefully. Under the moonlight, she was full of a fairy. She turned and left, leaving behind a graceful figure. As for the Starry Sky Beast skin, it floated in the void, blooming with light and spreading a vast starry sky fluctuation. This was the skin shed by a Starry Sky Beast King that was about to evolve into a mighty. Its value was frighteningly high, and it was the ancestral treasure of its race. Su Yen directly grasped the Starry Sky Beast skin and put it on. Su Yen realized that he had disappeared. To be more precise, he had entered a unique starry sky world, isolated from the rest of the world. Big brother, I can't see you anymore. Delilua was moved. Su Yen seemed to have disappeared from the room. This thing was too shocking. It was worthy of being the supreme treasure of the Starry Sky Beast King lineage. The third day arrived. The world of the Fey Court was bustling with noise and excitement. There were too many experts from the various races and factions. They were all young experts who could shake a region. I have to see the battle between the North Yao and the Dao Temple's genius with my own eyes. Many people were laughing. These people all had great backgrounds. Otherwise, how could they have entered the Fey Court? They had come early to see the North Yao's peerless glory. Even if it was not the North Yao, it would still be shocking if it was any other celestial supreme. The North Yao, the strongest of the Yao race. I wonder how strong he is. The Dao Temple's genius is naturally not weak. Maybe he can test how strong the North Yao is. They gathered together and chatted. And Ji was furious when he heard this. Was he reduced to a supporting character, a foil to the North Yao's halo? This made Ji feel indignant. There were also people talking about the banners of demons. There was a rumor that the controller of the banners of demons was Tai Baokai. However, this topic was immediately interrupted. Someone stood up and warned, "Don't talk about it here. This is a family matter of the Yao realm. Moreover, the banners of demons should belong to the North Yao. I don't know who that Tai Baokai is, but Madman Su is trapped in the Milky Way. Even he can't stop the North Yao, let alone the beast behind him." Many people agreed, but there were also people who sneered. Speaking of which, no one knew how strong Su Yen was. He was already terrifying enough to kill Zhu Tian's incarnation. He had even killed the Divine King in the Milky Way War. Young people in the world? Who had killed the Divine King? Actually, I'm looking forward to seeing Madman Su come to the Yao realm and cause trouble. Someone said, causing a group of people to laugh. Come to the Yao realm and cause trouble? Even powerful people had to consider whether they were powerful enough. Su Yen dared to come to the Yao realm? He would have to leave the Milky Way alive first. But he's really here. You're belittling Su Yen here, but you don't know that you're just a joke in front of Su Yen. It's not terrible to be born in the wrong clan. What's terrible is to lose your courage. Although Fairy Xixia didn't have a deep friendship with Su Yan, she still approved of his character. That person had come, and tomorrow would be the day of the operation. She was really looking forward to seeing how big a storm Su Yan could stir up with his weak body. Time passed bit by bit. When it was almost night time, Su Yan had finished inscribing 2 sets of array discs. His original body had also recovered to its peak strength. Su Yan sat cross-legged on the ground and whispered in the dark room, "I have the help of Force Armor, my breakthrough, and the Dragon Subduing Staff Array. As long as I don't meet the Divine King, I won't encounter any obstacles at all." Su Yan still had the Divine King's bodyguard, the 5 Elements Sword Array, the Pearl of the Great Tao, and even the life-saving imprint left by the old Star Master. How good would it be if I became a god now? Time really waits for no one. Su Yan stood up slowly, and the blood in his body that had been calm for a long time began to boil. Since leaving the Milky Way, Su Yan hadn't really fought, but tomorrow morning he would face a fierce battle, and it was hard to say whether he would live or die. "Big brother, are we leaving now?" Luo Dali also stood up. His bronze body was like a magnificent mountain, and the ground trembled with every step he took. "Dali, we don't know what will happen tomorrow. We may all die here." Su Yan's eyes flashed with cold light. He looked at Luo Dali and said in a low voice, "It's not too late for you to back out now. I won't blame you. You can go with Fairy Xixia to the Taoist temple. There, I can guarantee your safety. Let's go, big brother." Luo Dali took out the black dragon spear, and his body became more and more valiant, like a god of war from the ancient purgatory, barbaric to the extreme. "Ha ha, let's go." Su Yan's loud laughter reverberated in the dark night. His laughter also contained a strand of terrifying murderous intent. Chapter 809. This night was destined not to be peaceful. Tomorrow morning was the day of the battle between the Northern Demons and the Tao Temple's geniuses. But on this night, the demon realm was in turmoil. Many tribes, including the Peak tribes, came to the demon realm in large batches. Some came to congratulate the Northern Demons, while others came to gather information. In short, everyone had their own agenda. But all the experts who came tonight were curious about how strong the Northern Demons were now. A young powerhouse who was about to be revered by all demons attracted everyone's attention. Almost all the Peak tribes had arrived. Many young geniuses also appeared in Demon City. Some of the older generation said that the Sun Domes group would come on the day of the gathering. A future leader of the demon realm was someone all the tribes would fight to befriend. Even the Peak tribes were no exception. In the ancestral court of the demon realm, the demons were dancing chaotically, and the scene became more and more terrifying. The night was not calm at all. The demon realm was displaying their strength. This demon realm meeting was not only to establish the status of the Northern Demon Realm, but also to display the power of the demon realm and intimidate all the races in the world. The vast demon realm was vast and boundless. In the thick night, the mountains trembled and beasts roared, shaking the rivers and mountains. The world was completely barren. It shocked the experts of the various tribes who had entered the demon court. Many young geniuses came together and came to the residence of the Tao Temple's disciples to greet them. And Ji was still cultivating in seclusion. Actually, with each passing day, the pressure on his shoulders increased. Now that he thought about it, he didn't know what was wrong with him, but he suddenly had to fight the Northern Demons. A celestial supremacy was indeed a celestial supremacy. His invincible divine might was not something that ordinary people could compete with. The Tao Hall was still as sacred and transcendent as ever. The young geniuses of the Peak races were all very respectful. They wanted to know when the Tao Hall would start recruiting disciples, but He Xingjie and the others had already said that the first batch of disciples would start from the progress of the Chaos Tower. Many people's faces paled. The Chaos Tower was too difficult to pass. Even the great powers of the past had said that no one could pass the Chaos Tower. Who left the Chaos Tower behind? It was still a mystery to this day. It's time to go. Zixia Fairy sent a voice transmission to Su Yan's room, but she didn't get a response. She looked up at the sky, at the bright moon, and muttered to herself, "Who will be the king of the demon realm? What are you talking about?" He Xingjie vaguely caught Zixia Fairy's words. He walked over and whispered, "Who is the king?" The kings of the past would naturally leave the Dao Hall. Even the major forces in the Chaos Ruins would have peerless geniuses enter the Dao Hall to pursue the path of Almighty. Almighty? Fairy Zixia didn't agree with He Xingjie's words. The Chaos Ruins were a massive Daoist temple, a terrifying training ground. There was no need to go to a Daoist temple in pursuit of almighty power. As long as one dared to challenge it and risk their lives, there would always be a glimmer of hope in the future. As for the Dao Temple, it only provided them with a cultivation environment. The cultivation treasures came from any of the universal secret realms in the Chaos Ruins. I'll say again, who's the king of the universe? Fairy Zixia chuckled. In every universe epic, there will be a powerhouse who will reach the top and look down on the world, intimidating the past and present. Hearing this, He Xingjie frowned and hesitated for a long time before saying, "I think it should be Qiu Ming and the others. After all, they are the peerless divine king and are infinitely close to becoming almighty. Once they step into this stage, the Yingjie of the world is destined to be overshadowed. If an existence like Qiu Ming were to fully emerge, he would indeed be able to suppress the misery of his peers." The world of the demon court was becoming more and more lively. Many old demons came out of seclusion to entertain the powerhouses of various races. The outer regions were filled with all kinds of blood essence. Along the way, Su Yan could clearly see that the number of powerhouses in the core region of the demon realm had decreased by a lot. Without a doubt, the battle between Enji and the North Demon had already had an amazing effect. It had greatly facilitated Su Yan's plan. With the Starry Sky Beast Skin as a disciple, Su Yan was completely unrestrained. Now, the focus of the demon realm was the battle between the North Demon and Enji tomorrow, and even the Tai Baokai. There were really not many powerhouses guarding the Great Dao Dragon Vein. After all, the Great Dao Dragon Vein had existed for countless years. If someone really wanted to take it, they would have done it long ago. There was no need to wait until the beginning of the event. After all, the difficulty had greatly increased. As the demonic aura intensified, the source of essence became more vigorous. Luo Deli also noticed that the place where the vast essence gathered contained a terrifying ancestral power of the demon court. Luo Deli was shocked. "Big brother, is that the place where the Great Dao Dragon Vein converges?" Seeing Su Yan nod, Luo Deli's face turned pale. This was the most important place in the demon court. If something happened to the place where the Great Dao Dragon Vein converged, the entire demon realm would instantly riot. Su Yan wanted to take the opportunity to rescue the Baokai. After all, if something happened to the Great Dao Dragon Vein, it would definitely be an extremely heaven-defying event. The entire demon realm's attention would be gathered here. When they were about to reach their destination, Su Yan stopped moving. The Starry Sky Beast Skin wrapped around him and Luo Deli, suppressing all fluctuations of aura within their bodies. They quietly lay dormant within. Luo Deli could see that in the vast demonic aura in front of them, there were terrifying figures faintly discernible. These were powerhouses that belonged to the demon court, guarding the Great Dao Dragon Vein. "Wait!" Su Yan closed his eyes, conserving his strength. Luo Deli nodded. He took out the black dragon spear and began to carefully clean this divine king weapon. With Luo Deli's divine realm cultivation, he could completely erupt the black dragon spear to the limit of his domain. For Su Yan, this night was extremely long. In the quiet night, it was difficult to suppress the chaotic battle blood within Su Yan's body. The outside world was noisy and lively, but the world here was so quiet that one could hear a pin drop. Su Yen didn't discover the North monster here. He should have left. After several hours of careful investigation, they discovered that there were a total of 6 powerhouses here. There were 5 heavenly gods and a divine king. The most troublesome one was the divine king. If they couldn't kill him, then all of their previous efforts would have been for naught. Su Yen and Luo Deli discussed tactic. The divine king was powerful and heaven-defying, but Su Yen had the experience of killing a divine king. In addition, with the help of a demon god like Luo Deli, it wouldn't be too difficult to kill a divine king. In the latter half of the night, Su Yen had already adjusted himself to his peak state. Time slowly passed. Su Yan's eyes and ears were sharp. He seemed to be fusing with the world of the demon court. This was a wonderful manifestation. Su Yen faintly discovered that the Dao seal hidden between his eyebrows was quietly manifesting. It seemed to be able to fuse with the world of the demon court. The great Dao mark between his eyebrows was very special. It was hazy with space-time light rain. It was blurry, like a void mark that didn't exist in the world. The immortal planet and Earth's Dao fruit were crystals that collided across a long period of time. They were mysterious and special. Su Yen took the opportunity to comprehend the magnificence of the demon court. He seemed to have a panoramic view of the entire demon court. The magnificent world of the demon court. It was filled with terrifying space-time pressure. At that moment, Su Yen seemed to see majestic figures jumping out of the river of time and space, looking down on the past, present, and future. They were invincible for one universe after another. They were terrifying and domineering. They were filled with the mysterious light of time, and they wanted to walk along a path. Strange scenes attacked Su Yan's soul. He couldn't help but tremble. At that moment, Su Yen felt like he was about to explode. He saw things that he shouldn't see. This was not a scene that he could understand at his realm. It was related to time and space. It was also like a huge reincarnation vortex that lay in Su Yan's soul. The layout was majestic to the extreme. Su Yen trembled in suffocation. The scene was even somewhat familiar because Su Yen had seen these scenes from the banners of demons. There was a certain similarity. It was difficult to see through those terrifying figures. They rushed through the years, as if they wanted to rush into this world and merge with it. Were they the supreme beings of the demon domain? The banners of demons were respected by the entire demon domain. What was the connection between the demon domain and the banners of demons? What was the relationship between them and the Tai Baokai? Su Yen suddenly recalled that in the past, he had encountered a true dragon called Baokai in the land of the fantasy immortal planet. Su Yen didn't dare to investigate further. A strange feeling surfaced in his heart. His great Dao mark was really worth investigating. Perhaps he could unearth a strange ability. After all, Su Yen had used his great Dao mark to see through the secrets of the demon court. In that case, could it be said that Su Yan's great Dao mark was omnipotent? It could open the great Dao of any star domain for observation and comprehension? This was too heaven-defying. Every star domain had its own unique Dao and method. There should be the strongest secret technique of the star domain. If it could really be used as a cheat, could it include all the strongest secret techniques of the star domain? However, Su Yen felt that it was a pity. His cultivation was too low. He couldn't steal the secret technique by force. When Su Yen came back to his senses, he sat quietly in the starry sky beast's skin and raised his head to look at the demon court. At this moment, Su Yen suddenly realized that the demon court was no longer as mysterious and transcendent as before. He could see more things clearly. A smile appeared on Su Yan's face. His attainments in the mystic arts had been strengthened once again. He felt that he was really infinitely close to the 7th grade domain. Once he stepped into this stage, Su Yen would preach the Tao in the starry sky and control the momentum of the world. He would be able to suppress powerful enemies. Even if he encountered the Divine King, he would be able to gather the mysterious and terrifying power of the world and fight against the divine king. Big brother! Luo Dali's voice came. Su Yan suddenly woke up. Only then did he realize that the sky was gradually brightening. It's about to begin. Su Yan's body glowed. The long-lost power in his body began to circulate and boil. His eyes revealed the terrifying flames of war as he shouted, "Dali, are you ready?" Luo Dali brought out the black dragon spear. The power of an ancient beast boiled in his body. He was responding to Su Yan. He was fully prepared. Boom! At dawn, the world of the demon court trembled. All the cultivators in the demon court vaguely sensed an aura that could swallow the universe. It was as if a sleeping dragon had awakened and erupted with a terrifying demon god aura. It's the aura of the North Demon. It's definitely him. The world of the demon court shook. The North Demon had already come out of seclusion. He stood in the depths of the demon court like an indomitable demon god. He was filled with a terrifying domineering aura and wanted to dominate the land of the demon realm. So terrifying! The older generation trembled. There were even outstanding women of the demon race who screamed excitedly, "The North Demon deserves to be the king of all demons." Wisps of terrifying aura awakened and were born with the North Demon. At the same time, Su Yan attacked forcefully. He directly took out the starry sky beast's skin and suppressed the universe. It was like a terrifying and deep starry abyss descending from the sky and covering this place. Then let's kill. Two cold lights flashed in Su Yan's eyes as he began to attack the demon court's dragon vein. Chapter 8:10. The vast land of the demon court, where demons danced wildly, fell silent because of the appearance of a shadow. It did not disappoint the demon court experts. At this moment the North's demonic aura engulfed the world. His figure was so bright that it almost illuminated the entire land of the demon court. The North Demon's strength was undeniable. His figure was filled with a domineering aura that made the world around him blur. This indomitable number one person of the demon court had a peerless domineering aura that could swallow the entire sea of stars. Thousands of demons trembled. They wanted to kneel at the North Demon's feet and call him the king of demons. Many women of the demon court screamed, "The North Demon is invincible. The king of demons is invincible. The number one person of the demon court is destined to sweep through the world in the future. He is invincible." This was an extremely high praise. Ordinary people could not accept it. But to the paragons, it was not an exaggeration. The North Demon was already powerful and dazzling. Now that he was about to become the king of demons, he was truly peerless. Shen Xiangming and the others were laughing loudly. They were looking forward to obtaining the banners of demons. After refining the 9 dragons' medicine, how terrifying would the North Demon become? Their ambition was not just to become the king of demons. They wanted to become the king of the universe. The North Demon is very powerful and mysterious. I can't see through him. The older cultivators of the various clans were all watching the North Demon. They wanted to know just how powerful he was, but unfortunately, they were unable to find any clues. They were all looking forward to the genius of the Taoist temple forcing the North Demon to show his true power. Far away in the forbidden zone of the demon court, Zhu Fu opened his eyes in the blazing canyon. He was relatively tired. He had been using the heaven refining cauldron secret technique to drive the cosmic furnace day and night, which had taken a great toll on him. But he was still unfathomable. A big shot who was about to become a major figure opened his eyes and looked at the North Demon. He wanted to know how powerful the North Demon was now. The North Demon is indeed powerful. Zhu Fu nodded slightly. Then, he looked at the furnace of heaven and earth and sneered. "You are a little strange, but you can't compare to the North Demon. You still want to become the king of demons? Ha, you are about to turn into ashes. How pitiful!" Roar, amidst the blazing flames, the furnace let out a low roar. It contained a bone-chilling killing intent. Baokai did not despair. A beast will always be a beast. Zhu Fu's face was cold. He already knew that Tai Baokai had the banners of demons, which was why he was able to survive until now. However, he could not hold on for much longer. What Zhu Fu was more interested in was what exactly was the Yuan spirit's secret treasure between Tai Baocai's eyebrows. If Baocai's primordial spirit hadn't been guarded by the broken cauldron, it would have died long ago. Poor worm! Zhu Fu laughed sinisterly. In the furnace of heaven and earth, the Tai Baokai was almost as big as a mouse, and its body was about to shrink to the size of an adult's fist. After 2 months of torture, Baokai fell into purgatory and suffered all kinds of torture and pain. Although Zhu Fu didn't know what happened a few days ago that made Baokai stand up from despair, he knew that if he gave him a few more days, Baokai would disappear completely. When the night completely dissipated and the purple aura filled the sky, the demon court was full of vitality. Everything welcomed the revival of life. All the experts in the demon court focused their attention on the North Demon. They were looking forward to the battle with the Tao Church's genius. And Ji had already come out of seclusion. His vast sword aura surged. Although it did not have the same aura as the North Demon, it had to be said that Ji's mastery of the sword was superb. His offensive power was unparalleled. Whoosh! A dazzling sword embryo appeared. And Ji also rose into the air, holding a 5-colored sword embryo. He shouted, "North Demon, I heard that your dermic powers are unparalleled. I, Ji, am here to experience them." The North Demon had already crossed over to the outer regions. He followed the other demons out of the gates and charged towards the outer regions. "It's just a friendly battle. Don't go too far," Shen Xiangming warned, worried that the North Demon would accidentally kill Ji, or that Ji would lose too badly. After all, the North Demon was going to enter the Tao Church in the future. The battle was about to begin. Even the demon region experts guarding the great Tao Dragon Vein opened their heavenly eyes and looked at the battle. They were all the North Demon's trusted aides. They were also looking forward to the North Demon's peerless glory. This young man is also very strong, but the North Demon Highness is so terrifying. Even if the Tao Church's young Overlord came, he might not be able to compete with the North Demon Highness. Smug smiles appeared on the faces of the demon region experts. However, this smile only lasted for a short moment before it was replaced by a look of shock. They abruptly raised their heads and looked up into the sky. They saw a golden beast skin drilled out of the space and was about to cover them. At first, they found this treasure familiar. After thinking about it carefully, they were surprised. Wasn't this a secret treasure of the North Demon Highness? Why would it appear here? This sudden change did not make them feel that someone was attacking the great Tao Dragon Vein. However, when the starry sky beast hide exploded with power, it was as if a majestic sea of stars was descending. The demon region experts' expressions changed drastically. Boom! The starry sky beast hide's performance was strong enough. It was filled with the power to suppress the universe. After all, this was a beast hide shed by an existence infinitely close to a mighty figure. To be precise, it was shed by a half-step mighty figure. After being nourished by the starry sky beast king for a few days, its hidden divine power had been unlocked, causing the starry sky beast hide to be very powerful. It was not only a space-time secret treasure but also a rare treasure used for suppression. It had a miraculous effect of sealing space. How dare you! Someone is attacking the great Tao Dragon Vein. The experts' eyes widened in anger. They were in disbelief. Where was this place? This was the demon court of the demon region, and the most important forbidden area of the great Tao Dragon Vein. But now, someone was attacking the great Tao Dragon Vein. Did they eat the guts of a dragon? Under the cover of the starry sky power, even the divine king could not break the seal of the starry sky beast hide in a short time. This item's magical effect was to suppress spacetime. This way, Su Yen could come and go like a ghost and deal with this group of enemies. B** starred. The divine king of the northern demons was furious. The peerless demon king aura in his body poured out. As soon as he attacked, he took out the divine king's foundation and evolved more than 10 great divine powers. They soared into the sky, wanting to break the starry sky beast hide. Swish, swish, swish. In the starry sky world, a destructive aura rippled. Destructive sword light appeared one after another. Su Yen took out the 5 elements sword formation very decisively. This 5 elements great killing formation gathered and suppressed the divine king's power of the divine king of the northern demons. B** starred. Who are you? Shen Tianjing's expression was ugly. The one controlling the 5 elemental sword formation was a deity king. His entire body was filled with yin qi, as if he was a living being that had crawled out of hell. Coupled with the power of the 5 elemental sword formation, he suppressed the power of the deity king, making it impossible for Shen Tianjing to act in a short period of time. Once the starry sky seal was formed, the gods went crazy one after another and took out their secret treasures to attack the starry sky beast hide. They wanted to kill their way out and inform the experts of the demon court that there was an invasion. "I'll go first," a loud roar exploded in the starry sky, and Luo Dali rushed out. His vigorous blood essence began to boil, and it was as if an ancient war god had returned. That barbaric and berserk energy rushed forward, making the heavenly gods feel as if they were struck by lightning. Luo Dali exploded with his strongest power as soon as he attacked. His 2 arms were about to break the mountain range and hammer the sky. He hit a god until he screamed. The god's body was shattered, and he flew out like a dead dog, coughing up large mouthfuls of blood. His face turned pale. How strong was this power? Luo Dali's strength was really boundless. He had seriously injured a god on the spot. Kill him quickly! There were a total of 5 gods here. The other 4 joined forces to attack, their eyes full of malevolence. They took out their special abilities and secret treasures. The vast power of the gods filled the entire place and surged violently. It was like 100,000 raging waves that rushed toward Luo Dali. Suddenly, a shadow that was hibernating in the starry sky also blazed. At first, it seemed very calm. However, when Su Yen recovered, terrifying blood essence spilled out, causing a huge explosion in the void. Boom! Divine light filled the sky and drowned out the universe. It carried the sound of thunder from the 9 heavens and resounded throughout the entire starry sky. Su Yan's hair fluttered in the wind while his eyes were like bolts of lightning. At the moment his dormant battle blood was burning, even this space was trembling while strands of terrifying aura erupted and covered the heavens and the earth. It was unstoppable. Powerful energy swept through the entire space. The 4 gods felt a chill down their spines. It was as if a terrifying creature was standing behind them. The little divine King Pill had finally allowed Su Yen to transform. Coupled with the help of the Force armor, Su Yen was like a world-shaking god descending to earth. He was so powerful that it made people feel despair. When the 4 gods turned their heads, their eyes were full of shock. It was as if they saw a cosmic star charging toward them. It caused the void to collapse and the universe to rumble. The entire starry sky was rippling with Su Yan's tyrannical power that swallowed the starry sky. Boom! Everything exploded. The void collapsed in a blur. Su Yan let out a long roar. The sun and moon lost their color. When his fist struck over, an extremely powerful energy surged. The scene was even more shocking than the eruption of 100,000 volcanoes. Pooh! The first god trembled. His body was blasted into pieces by Su Yan's attack. His entire body was about to explode. Stop him! The gods were shocked. The enemy was too valiant. He wanted to slaughter the true dragon. Su Yan's moves were grand and powerful, suppressing forward. His offensive prowess was unparalleled. Is this a young paragon? The gods were in despair. They wanted to prostrate themselves before Su Yan's might. What was his background? How could he have such a terrifying blood essence fluctuation? It was even more majestic than the accumulation of the old monsters. Of course, they didn't think that the other party was just a great Tao realm expert. Ever since the Milky Way, Su Yan had been lying low for such a long time. This was the first time he erupted with his full power. He became increasingly resplendent and exuded a domineering aura. Kill! He roared loudly. His long black hair spread out, and his entire body rippled with a terrifying radiance. He was peerless. The gods were in despair. This wasn't his strongest state. He could continue to erupt with power. In the end, Su Yan fully erupted. His aura was completely different. It was as if a god or devil had come back to life, looking down on the rivers, mountains, and earth, suppressing all life in the universe. Roar! They roared in despair and revealed their true forms. They erupted with the strongest power of the gods to resist Su Yan. Once they died, there would definitely be a major change in the great Tao Dragon vein. It would definitely be a thunderous blow to the demon court. After all, there was the 9 dragons' treasure medicine inside. Many blood-stained primordial beasts charged toward Su Yan. Their auras were brutal, and their blood essence surged. They could still fight. However, when they were about to close in on Su Yan, they trembled as if they had collided with a giant pillar that supported the heavens. His furious fighting spirit burned. Su Yan wanted to tear the sky apart and destroy everything. Boom! This was accompanied by a resplendent immortal iron rod being drawn out. He held the immortal iron rod with both arms and descended from the sky, smashing it down. No. The gods trembled one after another. Before the immortal iron rod smashed down, some gods had already exploded into bloody light. There were also fearful voices. This rod. He's lunatic Su. Chapter 8:11. In the battle of the Milky Way galaxy, Su Yan had defeated a heavenly god. The immortal iron rod had also become famous. This was Su Yan's weapon. The immortal iron rod had already been listed as a supreme treasure by the various peak races. This was a damaged rod. Some people estimated that this was a damaged supreme treasure. Its value was unimaginable. In any case, the immortal iron rod had surfaced with Su Yan in the battle of the Milky Way galaxy. There were many experts who knew about the immortal iron rod, including the demon domain. But now, the immortal iron rod had surfaced and erupted with overflowing divine might. It caused the heaven and earth to tremble and the sun and moon to lose their light. The heavenly deity was in despair. The power contained in this staff was peerless and ferocious. Even a heavenly deity could be killed in one strike. How many people under the divine king realm could block the peerless attack of the immortal iron staff? Bang! Blood splattered everywhere. The living heavenly god beasts trembled from the bottom of their hearts. Their eyes were filled with disbelief. Could this person be Su Yan? It didn't mean that Su Yan was trapped in the Milky Way galaxy. Even if Su Yan had escaped and was adventuring in the universe, where was this place? This was the ancestral court of the demon domain, the core of the demon domain. How could he be here? This is impossible. Who the hell are you? Shin Tianjing let out a horrified voice. How could Su Yan have infiltrated the demon domain and even found the ancestral vein of the demon domain? How did he do it? How did he sneak in from the heavily guarded gate of demons? But these were not important. What was important was that he had found the ancestral vein of the demon domain. What was he going to do? Could it be that he wanted to destroy the ancestral vein of the demon domain? In other words, his purpose of coming here was to rescue the Tai Baokai. Bastard Su Yan, you are courting death. You won't succeed. Shin Tianjing's eyes were about to split open. Blood really flowed out from the corners of his eyes. This was simply a great humiliation. How many years had Su Yan cultivated? However, he actually dared to kill his way into the demon court and plot against the ancestral court's ancestral bloodline. He even stirred up trouble here. Su Yan's eyes emitted a cold light as his gaze fell on Shen Tianjing's body. Under Su Yan's gaze, Shen Tianjing felt an inexplicable chill in his heart. Although it was only a flash, it still enraged him. He, the Grand Divine King, was actually afraid of Su Yan. Ah! Another heavenly deity screamed miserably. How could Luo Deli just sit there and do nothing? He punched out, shattering the void, killing a second heavenly deity on the spot. Although there were 5 heavenly deities here, they really weren't enough for Su Yan and the others to kill. Just with Su Yan's strength alone, it was enough to sweep through them. In order to save time, they cut down the Gordian knot, killing one heavenly deity demonic beast after another. As for Shen Tianjing, he was struggling with all his might. Seeing the situation of the Divine King's bodyguard, the power he released became increasingly vast. In the end, the 5 elements sword diagram began to shake violently. Shen Tianjing seemed like he was about to break out of the seal. If it's just the 3 of you, Su Yan, you're really courting death. Shen Tianjing let out a deep roar. Why are you still dreaming of saving Tai Baokai? Don't even think about it anymore. The banners of demons of the north aren't something you can touch. If you provoke the north, Su Yan, you'll die without a burial ground. Bang! Before Su Yan could respond, Luo Deli had already brought out the black dragon spear. This treasure had completely awakened. The Divine King's strength was vast and mighty. The dragon spear seemed to transform into a black true dragon, surging with the killing intent of the Divine King. Ha ha! The 2 of you aren't even heavenly deities, yet you still want to kill me? What the ravings of idiots! Shen Tianjing wasn't afraid at all. Instead, he sneered and even became increasingly calm. After all, he was the Divine King. Who did he fear? He angrily laughed. I admire your courage, but I have to say that your methods are quite stupid, even pitiful. Boom! His palms rushed forward. His beast claws shined with resplendent light, forcefully blocking the black dragon spear. Moreover, the God King domain he exuded surged outwards, causing the 5-element sword array that trapped him to tremble. Everything had to submit before Shen Tianjing's peerless strength. You're about to die, yet you still have a lot of nonsense to say. An icy cold voice echoed out, causing Shen Tianjing's mind to tighten. He knew that Su Yan was extremely strange and had even killed the Divine King. But he didn't believe that Su Yan had the strength to kill him. After all, he was a Divine King powerhouse that had experienced countless dangers. Just as he raised his head and was about to turn around to look at Su Yan, the world changed. The starry sky beast skin that had been suppressing this place suddenly shone with a golden light. This extremely deep starry sky suddenly shrank, as if the vast starry sky had been grasped in the palm of a hand. Space beast skin. Shen Tianjing was enraged. This was the North Monster's supreme treasure that he had given to the little North Monster to protect himself. How could it have fallen into Su Yan's hands? Moreover, the hidden power of the space beast skin had been activated by Su Yan. This ancient space beast skin was something that had been shed by a half-step supreme elder of the space beast lineage. As it burned, it emitted a faint light of order. Not good. Shen Tianjing panicked. Even his Divine King's strength had been covered. The faint light of order surged, as if a brand new starry skies had been opened. It contained an unparalleled sealing power. So what if it was the Divine King? Under the suppression of the space beast skin, Shen Tianjing's aura had weakened. Beat him to death for me! Su Yan roared and swooped down. He swung the immortal iron staff with one arm. This staff had the power to collapse the heavens as it smashed down on Shen Tianjing. Every staff strike contained a world-shaking divine might, causing the world to explode as it smashed into the Divine King's body. The staff trembled, wanting to break free from Su Yan's palm and shatter Su Yan's palm. But the Divine King's body was also shaken by Su Yan's attack. There were dents in his body, his bones cracked, and blood flowed out. Ah! Shen Tianjing miserably screamed. The immortal iron staff strength was too astonishing. It seemed as if his body and soul would be destroyed. This was a pain that even the Divine King found difficult to endure. Even Luo Deli roared. He brought out the black dragon spear and began to wildly hack at Shen Tianjing. Shameless brat, shameless brat! Shen Tianjing roared. He was the Divine King of his generation, but now he was being suppressed by the space beast skin and smashed down by two juniors. Such a situation caused the Divine King to seethe with anger. But no matter how strong his eruption of strength was, it was impossible for him to restrain the suppression of the space beast skin for a short period of time. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Blood-red light filled the skies. This was the blood of the Divine King gushing out, dyeing the void red. The Divine King Shen Tianjing suffered heavy blows again and again. His hair was disheveled and his entire body was stained with blood. He miserably roared, "Su Yan, it is impossible for you to succeed. The Tai Baokai has already been refined to death. You cannot save your brother. Just you wait, the North Monster will definitely avenge me. You're already at death's door, and yet you still spout so much nonsense." Su Yan's eyes were like lightning. His entire body emitted raging flames of anger. His slumbering battle blood continued to burn, causing Su Yan's aura to rapidly rise. Bang! The final staff strike came crashing down, causing the void to collapse. The strength behind this strike was quite abnormal. This staff strike caused Shen Tianjing's head to split apart. Even his primordial spirit was shaken to the point of dispersing. Chi! Luodali grasped the black dragon spear and directly pierced through Shen Tianjing's chest. In his despair, Shen Tianjing's mortal body was torn apart. Under the suppression of the starry sky beast skin, he didn't even have the qualifications to self-destruct. Luodali's pupils widened. This was a Divine King. Now, he had been torn apart and fallen in front of them. Luodali gasped for breath. They had actually killed a Divine King, and the Divine King's bodyguard had opened his mouth and swallowed the Divine King's flesh and blood essence. He was truly like a demon that had been reborn from hell. The Yin energy filled the air, and this scene caused one's hair to stand on end. He didn't seem like a living person at all, but rather a raised demon. From the start of the battle until now, only 30 breaths of time had passed. 5 heavenly deities had been killed, and a Divine King had been killed by them. Dali, come with me. Follow me closely. Su Yan's expression was solemn. They had already wasted some time, and now the great Tao Dragon Vein was still spitting out Dragon Vein essence. Each time it spat it out, it would last for about an incense stick's worth of time. Therefore, Su Yan had to return within an incense stick's worth of time. Otherwise, the demon court's dragon vein would seal itself, and they would be trapped in the great Tao Dragon Vein. The demon race's experts wouldn't even need to do anything. They would be crushed by the power of the great Tao Dragon Vein. Su Yan rushed towards the great Tao Dragon Vein through the cracks in the thousands of layers of seals. As for the demon court world, everyone's eyes were focused on the North Demon. A large number of experts even rushed to the outer regions. Today, in the demon court world, experts had gathered. Almost all the peak races had come. Many of the younger generation of Yingjie had also come. Even the Wu family of the Blood Realm had come. The Liang family of the Ziwei segmentum had also come. Wu Heng was now wondering if Baokai was still alive. Would Su Yan come to the demon realm? He's the future king of demons. The supreme of the heavens, the North Demon. The gazes of the leaders of the various demon clans all turned towards the North Demon. He had already cultivated the aura of a peerless powerhouse. Just the aura he exuded was enough to suffocate the other powerhouses of his generation. This was a supreme of the heavens, and now he stood between heaven and earth with an indomitable spirit. No one could see the North Demon's strength. His foundation was too shocking, and it was impossible to estimate his strength. It was hard to imagine how powerful such an existence's peak combat strength would be. In the past 10 years, if there's a terrifying expedition, it should be the expedition of madman Su and Zhu Tian's incarnation. That's right. From this, it can be seen that the Supreme of the Heavens is too strong. Zhu Tian's incarnation already has such abnormal strength. The North Demon, who is about to become the King of Demons, must have peerless combat strength. The people present discussed animatedly. No one noticed that 2 human experts had already broken into the demon court's ancestral vein. The moment Su Yan and Luo Dali entered, they were hit by a vast storm, and their bodies were about to fall apart. But they were laughing. The demon court's ancestral vein was supreme. 9 dragons treasure herb, the number 1 spirit root in the demon realm. Chapter 8:12. Su Yan and Luo Dali's bodies trembled, and blood seeped out of their bodies. It was as if they had been shattered upon contact. Fortunately, their bodies were abnormal enough to withstand the oncoming energy storm. This was the ancestral vein of the demon court, and it had existed for millions of years. It had been prosperous since ancient times and had never declined. The entire space of the dragon vein was huge, and there were billions of layers of essence chi. It was too spectacular and unimaginable. Su Yan and Luo Dali were only enduring a small wave, but it was already enough to make them suffer. If all the power of the dragon vein came, then Su Yan and Luo Dali would be turned into ashes. Of course, not to mention them, even the Divine King was no exception. Even a mighty figure would encounter terrifying pressure. It was no wonder that the outstanding figures of the Mystical Gate were feared by all the major clans. If the Mystical Gate's secret technique was able to control the great Tao Dragon Vein, then even the almighty experts would have a change of expression. After all, the energy they could control was truly abnormal. Ah! Su Yan looked up to the sky and roared. His entire body seemed to have turned into the source of heaven and earth, strange and blurry. This was the blooming of the Mystic Gate's secret technique. At this moment, Su Yan seemed to be omnipotent. He could pluck the stars and capture the moon, move mountains and fill seas. The storm of divine power that was surging toward them began to flow in reverse like a tide, leaving Su Yan behind. Even so, Su Yan couldn't keep using the secret technique to draw away the essence of the dragon vein. He had to find a way to solve the problem. Big brother, I can't hold on any longer. I can't withstand the suppression inside. My body is about to explode. Luo Dali screamed continuously. His strong body was torn open, and he was about to explode. He was facing the pressure of the endless power of the dragon vein. If he couldn't hold on any longer, he could only retreat. Dragon Totem, awaken! Su Yan roared in his heart, and his eyes were filled with anticipation. Success or failure depended on this. The sleeves on his arms exploded, revealing his strong and powerful arms. The dragon totem that had always been dim was now activated by the essence of the demon court's dragon vein. It was activated in an instant. Buzz! Su Yan's arm released a blinding golden light. At first, the disturbance wasn't too great, but when the dragon totem was thoroughly awakened, it began to emit waves of terrifying power of time. This kind of power made Su Yan and Luo Dali seem as insignificant as ants. They seemed to have seen a terrifying true dragon emerge from the river of time, roaming the 9 heavens and 10 earths. For a moment, Su Yan's arm was resplendent. The true dragon's arm was fully manifested, reaching tens of thousands of meters long and about to pierce through the entire dragon vein world. In the brief moment of light, Su Yan and Luo Dali were both stunned. In their eyes, the dragon vein space was surging with waves. In fact, every wave was as magnificent and majestic as the ocean. However, thousands of waves soared into the sky and converged towards Su Yan's arm, converging into the dragon totem. How much energy essence did he absorb? Even the divine kings would be left in the dust, yet the dragon totem had completely absorbed it. In fact, this was only the beginning. Ever since the dragon totem absorbed the universe's mother liquid and fell into a deep slumber, it had been slumbering all these years. But now it began to revive. That terrifying swallowing strength affected the boundless dragon vein essence, causing it to dim and lose its luster. This was because its devouring power was too astonishing. It was like a giant beast that could devour the heavens, madly devouring endless energy essence. Big brother, what kind of monster is this? Luo Dali's mouth was wide open. He didn't know what to say. He couldn't estimate how much energy the dragon totem had eaten, how many heavenly essence stones it had eaten, and how much wealth it had eaten. Every bite it took could swallow the foundation of a powerful race, and it could swallow the essence of a life-ancient star for many days. This was especially true for the ancestral veins of the monster realm. The energy essence contained within them was the highest material. What it swallowed wasn't energy, but an endless stream of wealth. During this process, the dragon totem became increasingly resplendent and blazing. Su Yan's arm seemed to burn, as if it had turned into a real true dragon arm, filled with the power to slay gods and exterminate immortals. Dali! Su Yan roared at Luo Dali. What the fuck are you standing there for? Hurry up and cultivate. Oh! Luo Dali quickly recovered from his shock and grinned in excitement. This was an opportunity that was hard to come by. Even the young supreme beings of the peak races didn't have such treatment, and now it had fallen into his hands. Su Yan wanted to curse out loud. He couldn't enjoy such treatment because his strength had already reached the limit. Of course, Su Yan could also use a space-time treasure to swallow a massive amount of essence. Starry Sky Beast Skin, swallow, swallow. Su Yan took out the Starry Sky Beast Skin. This ancient beast skin quickly enlarged and eventually covered the entire space. When it shone brightly, thousands of layers of golden essence swarmed into the Starry Sky Beast Skin. The Great Tao Dragon Vein was a super treasure trove. Luo Dali danced in excitement. His chest heaved violently as he began to swallow the golden essence. This was the essence produced by the dragon vein. Luo Dali hadn't been in the immortal state for long. He could use the massive amount of purple energy to accumulate his foundation in the immortal state and lay down a terrifying foundation. Awoo! Luo Dali roared as he swallowed the golden essence and flooded his body. His body became resplendent like a golden god of war, full of exuberant vitality. It was as if he had eaten a great tonic. The accumulation of the immortal state began to climb at a terrifying speed. This domain really needed to accumulate a strong enough foundation in order to prove the even more terrifying great Tao of the immortal state in the future. Luo Dali's strength soared. His foundation was basically strong. He was confident that he could soar to the peak of the immortal state in just a short time and break through to the immortal state in the next 3 years. Awesome, awesome! Luo Dali shouted excitedly. His bronze body glowed, becoming more and more magnificent. 9 Dragons Treasure Medicine, I'm coming! Su Yan didn't dare to miss a single breath. He stepped on the Starry Sky Beast's skin and rushed into the depths of the dragon vein's essence. He began to search for the 9 Dragons Treasure Medicine. After all, Su Yan had the dragon totem stirring up trouble here, madly absorbing the essence of the dragon vein. He didn't need to use his own strength to resist at all. All the energy attacking them was completely absorbed by the dragon totem. The demon court's dragon vein's endless essence was leaking out. Although it was not a great loss for the vast essence of the dragon bloodlines, for the magnificent rivers and mountains outside, the originally exuberant sources of energy in the secret residences and mountains were quickly drying up. What's going on? Why is the energy completely gone? Many demon race experts who were in seclusion flew out of their cave abodes with dark expressions. Some of the old antiques' faces were especially gloomy. They were cultivating in seclusion and didn't care about the outside world. But now, their cave abodes were about to become a wasteland. This situation occurred in a radius of 10,000 miles, and the range was even getting farther and farther. They didn't think that it was the great Tao dragon vein. They felt that something must have happened to the world. They even knew that the North demons had come out of seclusion and were fighting with the Tao Temple's geniuses. What? The banners of demons have appeared? How long have I been in seclusion? Some old demons were incomparably excited. The legendary banners of demons of the demon domain had appeared. The demon domain was about to enter an era where all demons were respected. The silent rivers and mountains became lively. Most of them were talking about the banners of demons and the North demons. They ignored the drying of the essence chi. Su Yen had touched the demon court's dragon vein. This was within his expectations. A huge amount of essence chi had been sucked away by the dragon totem. Although the loss to the demon court's dragon vein was not too great, the blow to the demon court's world was too cruel. It was very likely that the essence chi would not be able to recover to its peak state in a few years. The dragon totem was still sucking away. With its terrifying throughput, who knew how much dragon vein essence it needed? As for the outer regions of the demon court, the heaven and earth essence chi was still normal. It was extremely lively here. The experts of the various prosperous families were gathered here. Those who could enter the demon court all had great background. Everyone's gaze was focused on the North demon. And Ji's situation was getting worse. If it were any other time, the Tao Temple's geniuses would definitely be the center of attention. However, the appearance of the King of Demons made the experts of the various races temporarily forget about Enji. Anger spread in Enji's heart. The North demon was stealing the limelight. He was speechless. "Kid, why aren't you arrogant anymore?" Shenlei's sinister voice rang in his ears. "Isn't my big brother here? You dare to challenge my big brother? Don't you know that my big brother is about to become the ruler of the demon court? Damn it!" Enji's face turned red. He sent a voice transmission and mocked. "The North demon hasn't become the king of demons yet. What are you so proud of? Even if the North demon becomes the king of demons, it won't be you. That's my big brother, the North demon. Haha, do you still need me to introduce my big brother to you? He's the North demon, the supreme of the heavens, the invincible king of the younger generation." Shenlei mocked him mercilessly. "When the time comes, my big brother will be the matchmaker and ask for her hand in marriage. I don't think Fairy Zixia will reject me. When the time comes, I'll make your face turn green. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it." And Ji's heart burned with anger. His face was slightly ferocious. He could not suppress his anger to kill the little North demon. The sword embryo in his hand shone brightly, startling the experts who were watching the North demon. He shouted, "North demon, I'm Enji. I'm here to learn from you." The North demon's eyes landed on Enji. His expression was calm, but there was a heaven-defying aura about him that caused all the other cultivators of his generation to feel suffocated. Enji felt as if he had been struck by lightning. The oppressive aura caused the sword embryo in Enji's hand to tremble. Everyone's expression changed. They had not even fought, but Enji was already at a disadvantage. The outcome of the battle was obvious. However, just as the battle was about to erupt, a demon bell in the depths of the demon court rang. Sound waves shook the mountains and rivers, causing Shen Xiangming and the others to turn pale. This was the alarm of the demon court. The entire demon court was in chaos. At first, the essence chi within 5,000 miles had dried up. However, the changes spread at a terrifying speed, affecting everything within 50,000 miles. Boom! In the depths of the demon court, large black cracks appeared on the ground. The world began to break apart. Even the mountains collapsed and sank into the crack. The world shook and began to enter the end of the world. Chapter 8:13. The entire depths of the demon court had lost its former prosperity and prosperity. The world's essence energy had dried up, the ground was torn apart, and the mountains were beginning to sink. This was the scene of the doomsday of the demon court. The world was shaking, and many halls and secret palaces were broken. This scene terrified the group of demons. What was going on? Why did such a strange thing happen to the demon court? The world was dead silent, and everything within a radius of 100,000 miles had been reduced to ruins. It even began to expand further. The movement was unprecedented, and it was about to overturn the foundation of the entire demon court. "Oh my God!" Some old demons roared. They felt that all of this was unbelievable. In fact, until now, they had not imagined that the demon court's ancestral vein had been stolen. If the demon court's ancestral vein really collapsed, then the entire demon court would collapse because it would lose its energy source. The consequences were quite serious. It would cause the demon realm to be unable to recover and lose the ancestral court that nurtured experts. Dong! 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 An alarm bell exploded in the depths of the demon court and spread throughout the world, causing all the experts from the various races to cry out in alarm. What had happened? Why did the demon court sound the alarm? Shen Xiangming and the others' expressions were frighteningly ugly. The demon realm's strongest event in this era of the universe was about to begin, but at this juncture, something big had happened. This was something they did not want to see. Even if there was a slight disturbance, it was not something they wanted to see, especially when they had not figured out the situation. Is it about to begin? Su Yan, oh Su Yan, how confident are you that you dare to stir up trouble in the demon court? Fairy Zixia could not help but clench her jade-like hands. She really wanted to find out where Su Yan had started, but the commotion he had caused was shocking enough to force the demon court to ring the alarm bell. Boom! The outer area trembled violently, and a large number of experts from the demon realm rushed to the core area. The drying up of energy in the core area was getting more and more serious. Many spiritual herbs had dried up. The ancestral vein was the only source of energy that fed the demon court. Once something happened to the ancestral vein, it would implicate everything in the demon court. Hurry! Su Yan had been searching for Baokai for some time. The great Tao dragon vein would not always be open. Once the seal was closed, they would have to stay inside and miss the best time to rescue Baokai. Su Yan was frantically searching. At the same time, the starry sky beast's skin had already absorbed an immeasurable amount of dragon vein essence. As for Luodali, his aura continuously surged and continued to increase. Finally, a gigantic pillar of blood essence burst out from the top of his head. Roar! Luodali faced the sky and let out a long roar. His aura soared by a large margin. He had established a peerless foundation in the deity realm. The effects of the dragon vein essence had exceeded his expectations. At this moment, Luodali was like the reincarnation of an ancient war god. He had boundless strength and could tear apart the sky with his bare hands. Su Yan was also about to enter the depths of the dragon vein space, and the absorption of the dragon totem was faintly coming to an end. The golden totem on his arm had changed, and was rippling with a terrifying aura. The dragon totem was resplendent, as if an immortal golden dragon was lying between heaven and earth, emitting supreme divine might. It could easily destroy the sea of stars and shake the vast region. A terrifying trump card was born just like that, and it was still strengthening. Su Yan felt that the dragon totem had absorbed 10 to 20% of the dragon vein essence. This was already an astonishing amount of storage, and it was quite a heavy blow to the dragon vein. This also caused the area within a radius of 1,000,000 miles to be reduced to ruins. Many secret manuals, pure lands, and treasure lands were all torn apart. Roar! In the world of the demon court, roars split the sky. Countless demons appeared, crushing the shattered mountains and rivers. When Shen Xiangming and the others were about to reach their destination, they almost went crazy with anger. How could such a strange thing happen? Why would 1,000,000 miles of territory be reduced to ruins? Moreover, the essence of the world had been completely drained. Even the Divine King could not do it. Only a mighty figure could have such a terrifying throughput. However, to the pure lands of the demon court, even a mighty figure could not do it in a short period of time. Shen Xiangming was especially worried that something would happen to the place where the Baokai was suppressed. However, other than the dried-up essence of the area, everything else was normal. Even Zhu Fu's expression changed. A huge change had happened in the demon court, and he was not in the mood to burn the Tai Baokai, whose life was about to end. "Senior Zhu Fu, I'll go out and take a look. Brother Peng, stay here and suppress the Tai Baokai." A divine king quickly retreated. The huge change in the demon realm was too shocking. The essence of heaven and earth had dried up. If the situation could not be stopped, then this matter would be too heavy a blow to the demon court. It was very likely that the vast ancestral court world would be destroyed. "I hope it's not too bad at this juncture." The divine king of the Peng race had a gloomy expression. The demon realm grand meeting was about to begin. Wouldn't this be a joke to the experts of the various races? The divine king of the Peng race was also on high alert. He was worried that someone was causing trouble. Was it because of the Tai Baokai? However, everything in this world was normal. No evil was found. "I can't take it anymore." The Baokai was in a daze. Its life was really coming to an end. However, the temperature of the furnace of heaven and earth decreased, causing the hope in the Baocai's heart to expand infinitely. Was it Su Yan? "Big brother, many experts are rushing towards this area. They will find this place soon," De Li warned. His cultivation had reached saturation. The essence of blood in his body was so exuberant that it was difficult to seal it. Energy essence leaked out of his pores automatically. This was a sign of excessive nourishment. Luo De Li had the mentality of breaking through the limit and becoming a heavenly god. However, he stabilized himself in time. If he improved too quickly, his foundation would be unstable if he broke through rashly. Soon. Give me a little more time. I'll find it soon." Su Yan's eyes were red. He searched frantically because the absorption of the dragon totem had slowed down again. If Su Yan could not dig out the 9 dragons' treasure medicine after the dragon totem finished absorbing, then they had to leave this place. Su Yan could faintly smell the medicinal fragrance. This was definitely the 9 dragons' treasure medicine. Since it was the #1 treasure medicine in the demon realm, its concealment methods were beyond the reach of even the Divine King. If not for Su Yan's proficiency in the formation Tao, it would be impossible to dig out the 9 dragons' treasure medicine. The demon court's ancestral veins were vast. Everywhere was covered by energy sources. It was extremely difficult to explore. Su Yan rushed towards the direction he sensed. The medicinal fragrance he smelled earlier had increased by quite a bit. Su Yan's heart was filled with joy. Could it be that the 9 dragons' treasured medicine was nearby? It can't run away. Su Yan rushed forward. He used the dragon totem to open a path and suppress a part of the universe world. In the end, the medicinal fragrance Su Yan smelled intensified. Just a wisp of medicinal fragrance entering his nose made Su Yan feel comfortable all over. It was as if he had eaten a divine medicine. His pores were glowing and spewing out multicolored light. The 9 dragons' treasure medicine is nearby. Su Yan's eyes widened. The golden heavenly eye opened and pierced through every inch of space. Under the endless energy body, a faint golden light fog appeared. It was faintly discernible, as if it was flowing out from space. Medicinal aura. Is it the medicinal aura of the 9 dragons' treasure medicine? Su Yan's excitement intensified. His eyes were shining as he thought to himself. It was very likely that the traces of the #1 treasure medicine of the demon region had appeared. Even the mighty figures would tremble when they saw it, let alone Su Yen. The 9 Dragons treasure medicine that had been passed down for millions of years in the demon region was not something that ordinary divine medicine could compare to. He opened his mouth and swallowed the wisps of golden mist that were entwined in the space. Just the medicinal aura of the 9 Dragons treasure medicine made Su Yan's blood essence boil and burn fiercely. Su Yan's treasure body was as bright as a god. His entire body was gushing with multicolored light, and there was a strange phenomenon of gathering multicolored light and ascending. Moreover, the essence qi in Su Yan's body was surging nonstop. It had a tendency to break through the limit and penetrate the divine realm domain. Not good. Su Yan was alarmed. He instantly sealed his physical body and guided the medicinal aura that he swallowed to his frontal bone. In an instant, Su Yan's primordial spirit shone. His void refinement and Tao integration primordial spirit burst out with 10,000 heavenly sounds of the great Tao, shaking heaven and earth. Just some medicinal aura was enough to make Su Yan's primordial spirit burn fiercely, and his soul qi became more abundant. This made him pale. How powerful was this treasure medicine? How many years had this 9 Dragons treasure medicine been passed down for? No wonder the North monsters were waiting at the entrance of the great Tao dragon vein. They wanted to get the recognition of the 9 Dragons treasure medicine. Since ancient times, there was a rumor in the demon region that the 9 Dragons treasure medicine only recognized the supreme beings of the demon region. The origin of this thing was also strange. Since he had already found its trace, Su Yan would definitely give it his all. Boom! He spread his arms and tore apart layers of space, following the medicinal aura to explore the 9 Dragons treasure medicine. During the process, Su Yan found even more medicinal aura. His primordial spirit shone continuously and absorbed the medicinal aura. Just a little of the essence of the 9 Dragons treasure medicine leaked out was enough to make Su Yan's primordial spirit grow rapidly, becoming even brighter and more dazzling. His frontal bone shone brilliantly. Tyrannical soul qi leaked out, as if it was going to pierce through the heavens. This made Su Yan laugh loudly. His harvest was really too great. After all, primordial spirit cultivation had always been difficult. As long as a cultivator's primordial spirit was strong enough, once they comprehended a divine ability or secret technique, the effects would be greatly increased. Right at this moment, Su Yan discovered that the medicinal aura leaking out from a space in front of him was even denser. It was as if a hazy golden world of immortals was lying horizontally in front of him. Golden medicinal aura rose from it, filling the air with a medicinal fragrance that seeped into one's heart. It made Su Yan's entire body feel more and more comfortable. His frontal bone also shone brilliantly, as if it turned into an immortal bone, extremely resplendent. It's right here. Ha ha, I finally found it. That little thing really hid it well. Su Yan was excited. His entire body's aura also completely revealed itself. He activated the power of the starry sky beast skin. This golden beast skin quickly enlarged, and the indistinct light of order burned, covering this space. Moreover, the suppressive power emitted by the starry sky beast skin sealed every inch of space. When the energy of the starry sky beast skin was about to suppress the space, Su Yan discovered that the space below suddenly split open, and a small black beast drilled out. It was only the size of a finger. Su Yan was slightly stunned from the space. A small black beast drilled out. This was a mini tiger that was running away in a panic. This little black tiger came out. Could it be that it was the 9 Dragons treasured medicine? Annoying, I'll explode today. Chapter 8:14. This is. Su Yan scratched his head and was stunned. His strange primordial spirit looked at the little black tiger. It was too small, only the size of a thumb. It looked silly and couldn't tell that it was a 9 Dragons treasure medicine. Moreover, the little black tiger escaped from the space. It was obviously shocked by the space beast's skin map and ran away in a panic. Its speed was so fast that the naked eye couldn't see it clearly. In the blink of an eye, it disappeared without a trace. Hee, it should be it. Su Yen grinned. It must be it. Otherwise, how could the little tiger be so fast? Moreover, this place was sealed by the space beast skin map. The little tiger couldn't escape. Bang! A sound rang out. Su Yan's eyes widened as he saw the little tiger collide with the starry sky beast skin. However, its strength shocked Su Yan as the starry sky beast skin began to shake from the impact. How strong was this strength? If the little tiger hit Su Yan's body just now, his bones might have been broken. Its strength was too abnormal. However, the little tiger's head was also cracked. It was in so much pain that it gritted its teeth and growled. It rebounded and rolled around in space. In the process, its shattered head sprinkled down drops of black juice. Su Yan's eyes widened. His heart was filled with joy. The drops of black liquid contained an indescribable life essence. It even emitted a vast fluctuation of time and space. Every drop of black liquid was shining on its own. It was like the greatest medicine in the universe. It erupted with black immortal light that illuminated the dragon vein. So terrifying! After all, Su Yan had grasped the essence of the divine medicine and knew the effects of the divine medicine. However, he felt that compared to the black liquid, it was on a completely different level. These 3 drops of black liquid were really terrifying. Roar! The little tiger was injured. It let out a low roar and stomped on the ground. It began to call for its brothers to come and help. Su Yan was dumbfounded. His expression kept changing. In the end, he was overwhelmed by ecstasy. The corners of his mouth were all the way to his ears. At this moment, Su Yan really felt that he had reached the peak of his life. Roar! The first to respond to the little tiger was a small crimson dragon. It was also only as long as a finger, but it emitted a crimson immortal light that seemed capable of cleaving the universe apart. A small scarlet dragon spat out scarlet multicolored light. It was extremely brilliant, its body scattering out immortal splendor on its own. It was a medicine, not a real dragon. However, it looked like a miniature version of the Baokai real dragon. After all, Su Yan had never seen a real dragon before. He felt that the real dragons in the world should look similar. Originally, Su Yan thought that this was the real 9 dragons' treasured medicine. After all, this treasured medicine should be in the form of a true dragon. But the following scene left Su Yan tongue-tied. A dragon drilled out, and following behind the true dragon, there was actually a sky full of multicolored light. Auspicious clouds rose, and a fiery red phoenix drilled out from the space-time hole. Little tiger, true dragon, phoenix, 3 mini-creatures spat out divine multicolored light and filled the air with medicinal fragrance. They drilled out from the space-time hole at the same time. But did you all think that was the end? The answer was completely different. A Qilin followed closely behind. The sky-blue Qilin was extraordinarily valiant. It held its head high and its chest puffed out. Its entire body was rippling with blue immortal splendor. Su Yan was flabbergasted. He originally thought that there were all of them. Who knew that there was one more? At that time, the space-time hole actually emitted a primal chaos airflow. It was incomparably spectacular. A small beast emitting primal chaos aura drilled out. This made Su Yan's expression change. Could this be the legendary primal chaos beast? In the next moment, Su Yan even saw a relatively familiar creature. Admittedly, it was very small, but the fluctuation emitted from its body made Su Yan feel that it was a giant that existed in another space-time. Heavenly beast. That's right, Su Yan saw a heavenly beast. It was said that it was a terrifying giant beast that ate real dragons as its food. Right now, it was just a mini golden beast. It ran out under the little tiger's call and eagerly followed the little tiger to charge into the battlefield. Koan purring. The next creature that ran out made Su Yan apprehensive. A black fish drilled out and soared into the 9 heavens. It transformed into a Kuan Pung. This was an incomparably heaven-defying creature. Brother monkey! All of this really overturned Su Yan's train of thought. A little monkey drilled out. Its fur was sparkling and translucent. It had copper tendons and iron bones. It jumped up and down and was very disobedient. Su Yan was dumbfounded. True dragon, phoenix, qilin, primal chaos beast, heavenly beast, Kuan Pung, and divine monkey. Heavens, which one of these wasn't a heaven-defying creature? If they all appeared at the same time, then the demon region would enter a terrifying era of struggle for hegemony. Perhaps the demon region would even dominate the entire universe. They all ran out from the spacetime hole. A group of small beasts gathered, and actually led by the little tiger. The 8 divine beasts all appeared to be flustered. After all, they were all precious medicines and didn't have strong spiritual willpower. 9 dragon-treasured medicine. Could it be 9 heaven-defying creatures? Su Yan's breathing became heavy. His heart was trembling. But this wasn't right. There was still one creature missing. Since the 9 dragon-treasured medicine corresponded to 9 creatures, then what was the last one? Even so, how did such a heaven-defying treasure medicine form? Su Yan didn't believe that the dragon vein could nourish 8 heaven-defying treasured medicines. In short, no matter what, Su Yan felt that he had struck gold. If he could bring these 8 creatures away, it would be equivalent to obtaining 8 heaven-defying treasured ancient medicines. Roar! Following the little tiger's low roar, the 7 little beasts obeyed the little tiger's command. They stomped their hooves and madly charged over. Without a doubt, they wanted to rush out and break through the starry sky beast skin. This made Su Yan's mind tense up. He didn't show himself now, and he was very clear that with his own methods, it was impossible to suppress these 8 heaven-defying creatures. Although they were ancient medicines, their own energy was quite terrifying. Rumble! Just like this, a series of explosive sounds appeared. The starry sky beast's skin began to tremble violently. It was about to be knocked out by the impact. Even Su Yan, who had erupted with his strongest power, was shaken to the point that his body trembled violently. His heart was filled with horror. Immediately after, a series of blood-curdling screams appeared. The 8 little beasts had clearly lost. They were all knocked out by the recoil force of the starry sky beast skin. Their heads were all broken and bleeding, and their noses were bruised and their faces were swollen. Su Yan was also puzzled. Why didn't the dragon totem make a move? Could it be that it didn't need the essence of the 9 dragon-treasured medicine? But no matter what, the blood that spilled out from their bodies was the essence of life. It could be called a rare tonic that was filled with a terrifying source of life. Su Yan decisively made his move. With a flick of his big sleeve, he swept away dozens of drops of the rare 9 dragon-treasured medicine essence. The value of these treasured medicines definitely exceeded the divine medicine essence that Su Yan had grasped by a large margin. Its value was immeasurable. It could certainly extend the lifespan of an almighty being. Roar! The large hand that suddenly stretched out from the starry sky beast skin caused the 8 little beasts to panic. The little tiger in the lead roared loudly. The little black tiger was extremely ferocious. Its body began to glow and actually began to enlarge. Under Su Yan's sluggish gaze, the other 7 little beasts drilled into the rapidly enlarging little tiger's mouth. This little tiger's aura was completely different. It was like a peerless demon king. A big black tiger was born. Its divine might was awe-inspiring, and it filled the air with a boundless source of terror. With a loud roar, the energy that filled the sky exploded. Bang! It stomped its hooves and madly rushed over, knocking away the starry sky beast's skin. Motherf **Ker, how can a medicine possess such great strength? It can even smash apart the divine king's body. Su Yan's face darkened. This big black tiger's aura was too astonishing. The starry sky beast's skin could temporarily suppress the divine king, but the big black tiger had directly knocked away the starry sky beast's skin. It seemed to have broken free from some kind of restraint. It raised its head and roared into the sky. The tiger's roar shook the mountains and rivers. At this moment, the great Tao dragon vein trembled violently. The entire ancestral vein of the Fey court was affected by the big black tiger's aura. It was as if billions of layers of oceans were majestically rising and falling, crashing into each other and piercing through the 9 heavens. Su Yan could not withstand such a violent eruption of energy. Although he was hiding in the starry sky beast's skin, the starry sky beast's skin was beginning to distort. It would explode at any moment. Run! Su Yan's expression changed. He called out to Dali to run quickly. Otherwise, it would really be too late. Moreover, Su Yan had already obtained enough benefit. Although he had not been able to capture the 9 dragons' treasure medicine, he had obtained the essence of the divine medicine. It was already a heaven-defying fortune. Currently, the Fey court was in chaos. The demons were furious and wanted to find the culprit behind the scenes. After all, in a short incense stick's time, millions of miles of territory had collapsed and turned into ruins. This was a heavy blow to the Fey court. However, they did not know the source. However, when the rumbling sound of the great Tao dragon vein came, Shen Xiangming and the others almost exploded in anger. This was a mutation in the ancestral court's dragon vein. Someone had actually sneaked into the ancestral court's dragon vein. This was a tragic event that had never happened since the establishment of the Fey court sect. The ancestral vein was their root. Once it was destroyed, there was no need to talk about the Fey court being respected. At that time, the Fey court would not live up to its name. However, Su Yan had already activated the starry sky beast skin and rushed into the ancestral vein with Luodali. As for the big black tiger, it continued to let out dull growls. It seemed to have recovered its slumbering intelligence as its body emitted vast fluctuations of time. Finally, the big black tiger's eyes landed on Su Yan, who had escaped from the dragon vein. Its eyes were fixed on Su Yan's figure. It was as if it had seen everything about Su Yan, its origins and past. However, this big tiger was still muddle-headed. Its body emitted a thick aura of time, as if it lived in ancient times and the past. It did not belong to this space-time. It wanted to recall, but its memories were blank. However, in its memories, Su Yan's figure seemed to appear. It felt that this person was very important, but it was difficult to recall more information about Su Yan in its blank memories. "Is it him?" it suddenly murmured. It did not know why it asked such a question. Perhaps it was its instinctive reaction. Brothers, please count the vote. The double monthly votes have begun. Some time ago, I met an author whose updates were too fast. Azure Sky is very ashamed. Azure Sky also wants to follow suit. I will post a post as proof. Every time I add an alliance leader, I will add 2 chapters. There are more than 2,000 new posts in the circle every day. I will add 1 chapter. There are more than 50 people who reward me that day. I will add 1 chapter regardless of the amount. Azure Sky will take out 10,000 traversing coins every month to reward active users from time to time. I request the readers to help me fight on the Chinese website. I need you to whip me. Chapter 8:15. In the world of the demon court, tens of thousands of beasts roared, shaking heaven and earth. Monstrous killing intent spread everywhere, engulfing this ruined land. The people of the various races were already stunned. The ancestral vein of the star domain was very important. Once the demon court lost the ancestral vein, the demon realm would lose what they were proud of. At that time, the demon realm might be a pile of loose sand. If not for the fact that the energy depletion had decreased greatly, they would have thought that the ancestral vein of the demon court had dried up. When the demons rushed to the ancestral vein of the demon court, many important figures opened their heavenly eyes to look at the ancestral vein. They were all furious. The divine power of the ancestral vein was very damaged. What kind of substance threatened the ancestral vein of the demon court? How could such a ridiculous thing happen? Even a mighty figure could not steal a huge amount of energy essence in a short period of time. The changes in the ancestral vein made Shen Xiangming and the others anxious. The key was that they could not enter the ancestral vein to investigate because the seal of the ancestral vein could only be opened by the banners of demons. There had been mighty figures of the demon realm who had tried to break the seal, but unfortunately, they had all failed. Investigate. We must get to the bottom of this. Whoever dares to have designs on the ancestral vein of the demon realm, they must be exterminated. Shen Xiangming and the others lost control and roared angrily. The northern demon's expression was also very gloomy. The 9 dragons' treasure medicine was among them. If someone really sneaked into the ancestral vein, they might attack the 9 dragons' treasure medicine. If the number 1 treasure medicine of the demon realm was lost, the northern demon would lose a huge opportunity to evolve. He could only hope that the 9 dragons' treasure medicine was still there. However, this answer could only be found after obtaining the banners of demons. Wait. The northern demon's pupils constricted as he sent a voice transmission to Shen Xiangming. Could something have happened to the Tai Baokai? Don't worry, the Tai Baokai is fine. Zhu Fu is personally guarding the fire vein. Nothing will happen to it. Shen Xiangming was not worried. The fire vein was not far from here. If something really happened, it would have been discovered by them long ago. Now, Su Yan and Luodali had returned with a full load. They were on their way to cross the fire vein. Su Yan had engraved the disc array in advance, and Su Yan's original body had been observing the fire vein nearby, providing Su Yan with information. Due to the upheaval in the demon court, more than half of the experts guarding the area had left. Even a divine king had left. This was the perfect opportunity for Su Yan to make his move. Although it was extremely difficult, if he missed this opportunity, there would be no more. Buzz. Using a formation disc, they finally arrived at a spirit vein node guarded by their original bodies. Su Yan and Luodali walked out of the demon court. Their emotions were surging. The adventure just now was exciting enough. Next, they were going to do something even bigger. Half-step almighty Zhu Fu. Su Yan's mind became calmer and calmer. In order to save Tai Baokai, he had to lure Zhu Fu away. But how could he lure Zhu Fu away? Su Yan had thought of many ways to do this, but they were all rejected. In the end, he could only think of an attack left by the old Astral Lord. However, after using this secret technique, Su Yan would have no more trump cards. Dragon Totem, how strong are you? Su Yan's eyes emitted a bone-chilling cold. He was now pinning his hopes on the Dragon Totem to see if he could kill Zhu Fu with one punch. Just as Su Yan was about to take action, his expression finally changed. This was because the entire demon court had just stabilized from the chaos of the spiritual qi drying up, and a huge change erupted once again. Boom! A loud explosion was deafening. It was as if a giant god was hammering a heavenly drum. The energy fluctuations generated shook the entire demon court. Who is it? Shen Xiangming and the others could not help but yell. This was the demon court's grand meeting. Why were bad things happening one after another? However, the movements that swept over this time were more and more spectacular. The entire demon court continued to shake and tremble. The vast mountains also shook, and many large cracks appeared on the ground. Someone is attacking the door of 10,000 demons. Everyone turned pale with fright. Especially in the demon city, there was already a huge uproar. That terrifying aura crushed the huge demon city, causing it to shake. Moreover, energy that made all living beings in the universe tremble radiated out and swept across the entire demon court. Oh my God! Thousands of demons trembled. They all saw clearly that a huge figure was about to fill the entire demon city. It was too terrifying. A dim golden hoof stretched out, and the aura it emitted was extremely terrifying. Boom! The dim golden hoof stomped on the door of 10,000 demons, causing the huge door to shake. The strength of the expert who attacked was really terrifying. It was enough to destroy an ancient planet. Boom! 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 3 consecutive peerless attacks that contained supreme power smashed the door of 10,000 demons open. This was the gate of the ancestral court being forcefully blasted open. Kong Qian and the others were stunned. This was too domineering. It directly opened the door of 10,000 demons and opened the gate of the ancestral court. That terrifying and domineering huge figure crossed into the demon court and stood inside the door of 10,000 demons. Its existence opened the door of 10,000 demons. Oh my God, is this a powerful creature? It blocked the door of 10,000 demons. What is it trying to do? The entire demon court was in an uproar. This was a major event that had never happened before. It was shockingly similar to the scene of the ancestral court being attacked. No one thought that there was another ruthless person in the world who could forcefully open the ancestral court of the demon court. How dare you? Who are you? How dare you attack my demon court? In the demon court, the demons roared. Too many demons roared at the sky. They even suspected that it was this bull that damaged the dragon vein. Moo! In an instant the universe trembled. The sun and moon lost their light, and the world seemed to be heading towards the end of the world. This terrifying bull spewed out golden ripples from its mouth and nose, sweeping across the universe and covering hundreds of thousands of miles of rivers and mountains. Countless demon court cultivators died on the spot. Their bodies were torn apart, and blood rained down like a waterfall. Even its hooves stretched down. It was unknown how many tens of thousands of feet tall it was. It descended from the sky, wanting to annihilate the vast territory. Anyone could feel that if those hooves really smashed down, tens of thousands of mountains would disintegrate. The ground of the demon court trembled. This was a major event that had never happened before. Blood flowed for hundreds of thousands of miles in the demon court. You don't even know the supreme bloodline of the demon court. What's the use of keeping you? A thunderous voice also appeared. On the back of the huge bull stood a group of powerful creatures. They all swallowed the universe and primordial chaos. At the same time, they took out all kinds of killing weapons and shouted angrily, "Get lost! Otherwise, don't blame us for not giving you face." Buzz. The huge bull's body spewed out endless light. It was difficult to see its appearance clearly. However, its performance was too strong. It squeezed half of the demon court's land until it shook. The power of a powerful being could be seen at a glance. This sentence made the millions of creatures in the demon court's land feel their hair stand on end. The supreme bloodline, which was the legendary golden iron bull bloodline, had appeared. In the entire universe era, the supreme bloodline of the demon court was the golden iron bull race. Why are they here? We didn't invite them. The expressions of all the northern demon experts were extremely gloomy. Why did this bloodline suddenly appear and even invite such a terrifying existence? Did this race really have a powerful being? The experts of the various peak races had interesting expressions. The demon court was about to erupt into internal strife. In the previous universe era, the golden iron bull bloodline was indeed the supreme bloodline. Now that they jumped out, they didn't recognize the northern demon, the king of all demons. Shen Xiangming's expression was gloomy. He stood out and shouted angrily, "What supreme bloodline? The demon court is about to enter an era where all demons will be respected. The new supreme bloodline belongs to us, the northern demon race. You dare to call yourselves the supreme bloodline? Are you trying to rebel against the demon court? How dare you? You dare to distort the truth in front of me, Niu Jingtian. Also, how can a small northern demon become the king of all demons? You don't even recognize your ancestors. What's the use of keeping you?" A golden iron bull with an aura that could swallow the stars suddenly stood up. It was as if he was carrying a golden universe on his back. He was extremely powerful. This was the divine king of the golden iron bull bloodline. He waved his golden hand and covered the sky as he rushed towards Shen Xiangming. How dare you! Shen Xiangming was furious. He clenched his fist and attacked the divine king of the golden iron bull bloodline. All of you, stop! A cold voice rang out, shaking the heavens and earth. A figure appeared on the horizon. It sat cross-legged in the chaos, and its huge figure filled the entire universe. Its physique was too majestic. The sun, moon, and stars were exceptionally small in front of it. Its body was filled with unimaginable energy, causing the stars and the moon to lose their light. It was about to be destroyed at any moment. Shen Xiangming and the others were overjoyed. The stabilizing force of the demon court had awakened. This was the awakening of a powerful being from the demon court. No one was surprised that there was a powerful being in the demon court. They just didn't know which ancestor had awakened. Bam! Meanwhile, the gigantic bull that filled the entire gate of 10,000 demons stomped on the ground, causing the mountains and rivers within 100,000 kilometers to tremble violently. An unparalleled aura surged into the vast demon court world, causing everyone present to feel extremely suffocated. Why did you return? The huge figure sitting cross-legged in the chaos asked. Its calm voice was like thunder from the 9 heavens, exploding in everyone's ears and causing their souls to feel like they were being torn apart. The huge bull didn't say anything. On its back, the leader of the golden iron bull bloodline, Niu Jingtian, roared, "How can a small northern demon be respected by all demons? Aren't you afraid of being laughed at by everyone in the world?" Niu Jingtian's words completely infuriated the northern demon. He stood out with his indomitable body. His expression didn't change in the face of such power. He shouted coldly, "What right do you have to criticize me? Let the rising star of your golden iron bull bloodline stand out and see if he can block 3 of my move. If he can, then let him be the king of all demons." How shocking was this confidence! It caused an uproar in the demon court world. Some women screamed, "What sovereign bloodline? It's just the past. The new king of all demons should be the northern demon. You old things don't even have a successor who can fight against the northern demon. The future belongs to the young. What does it have to do with you old things?" 4th update. There's more tonight. Chapter 8:16. His words caused an uproar. As for the northern beast, his aura became even more terrifying. He stood tall between heaven and earth, his majestic body shining with dazzling divine light. Millions of layers of golden light surged from his body. His entire body released a dazzling light, exuding the power of the heavens. This was an unstoppable power that surged and filled the sky. All living beings began to tremble. Even the heavenly gods were shocked from the bottom of their hearts, because in front of the northern beast's power, their bodies trembled, as if they were about to be sent flying. The northern beast was too powerful. He was peerlessly domineering, as if he had turned into a blazing sun of the beast court. His light was dazzling, and he became hotter and hotter. Many young people who looked up to the northern beast trembled in fear, but their hearts were also filled with worship. The northern beast is invincible. Many people cried out. They were filled with worship for the northern beast. Just his power alone was enough to make his peers pale in comparison. Even the geniuses of the various peak races trembled in fear. It was as if they were witnessing the birth of an invincible beast king. How could he be called a supreme being for nothing? When the northern beast's unfathomable power was ignited, the void exploded. When the boundless divine power surged, it pierced through the heavens, radiating in all directions. The mountains and the earth began to rumble, and the stars in the sky began to tremble. The world seemed to be heading toward destruction. Many people trembled. The northern beast's power was too inconceivable. It was so powerful that it made them despair. Under the cover of this boundless divine power, Even some immortal realm experts felt that they were too insignificant. What a northern beast! He already has such a powerful foundation. Once he cultivates to the realm of gods, he will truly be heaven-defying. The expressions of the older generation changed. They had a new understanding of the northern beast's battle prowess. Fairy Xia focused on the northern beast's forehead. The day before yesterday, Su Yen had told her that the northern beast's terrifying power lay in the vertical eye between his brows. However, the northern beast's forehead was smooth, and there were no traces of a vertical eye. If his most powerful killing formation really lay in the vertical eye between his brows, then the northern beast had truly hidden it deeply. "Hey, I say, does anyone from the Paragon bloodline dare to fight my big brother?" Shen Lei stood out and shouted, "Paragon bloodline? You don't even have a rising star? You all are laughable. Aren't you afraid of the world laughing at you? How dare you?" Niu Jingtian was enraged. He was the divine king of the demonic Tao, and his divine might was undeniable. Even a slight anger from him could shake the demonic court. He roared, "Of course, we have a king who can fight against the North demons. Who is it? Come out and let us have a look. Don't just stand there and talk big without blushing." Shen Lei laughed coldly. He really didn't believe that the Golden Iron Bull lineage had nurtured any outstanding youngsters. Shen Xiangming's expression kept changing. Could they be referring to the Divine King? Once this scandal was exposed, it would definitely become a stain on the Northern Demon's reputation. "Little thing, what qualifications do you have to talk to me?" Niu Jingtian glared at Shen Lei with disdain, then shouted at the group of experts from the demon court, "You old farts, don't think we don't know what you've done. Hand over the Tai Baokai." Rumble. The group of experts from the Golden Iron Bull lineage released terrifying light and took out all kinds of killing weapons. Their ferocious aura shook the heavens and the earth. Many experts from the other races were shocked. They knew that the Tai Baokai had caused a huge uproar before. Now that the Golden Iron Bull lineage was here, it seemed like the rumor was true. The faces of Shen Xiangming and the others were incomparably gloomy. They did not know who had leaked the news. Tai Baokai had not been refined to death yet, and it would only take a few days. They did not expect them to come so quickly. He. Shen Xiangming said with a gloomy face, "The Tai Baokai is a sinner of the demonic region. It has nothing to do with the Golden Iron Bull lineage. Moreover, it's already dead." Dong. Thunder exploded, and demonic aura split the sky. Niu Jingtian couldn't hold back his killing intent. A huge golden hoof fell from the sky, filled with a peerless force that could suppress the universe, and struck towards Shen Xiangming. Rumble. In the blink of an eye, a palm pierced through the chaos, crossing time and space. The palm was as huge as the sky, and stars in the universe were suspended between its fingers. It was majestic and filled with a terrifying aura that could suppress the sea of stars. When this palm passed by, the gods trembled and had to kneel down to worship it. "Umph!" The huge bull snorted coldly, shaking the world within 100,000 miles. This was also quite domineering. It waved its front hooves and charged towards the huge palm that stretched out from the chaos. At this moment, the entire demonic court seemed to be trembling. This was the power of two almighties, and they were about to collide. Even if the aura leaked out, the supreme divine aura made all living beings tremble. All kinds of light of order surged out, breaking open the sky and penetrating countless stars, causing the entire demonic court to tremble. "Are you sure you want to continue this?" The huge figure sitting in the chaos seemed to have a gloomy expression. Once the almighties attacked, it would be a heavy blow to the demonic court. "Let them go." The huge bull's cold voice resounded, shaking the heavens and the earth. Every syllable contained a supreme divine aura, suppressing all living beings in the universe and intimidating all living beings. "Humph! No one here can change the demonic court's decision and change the rise and fall of the demonic court. The figure in the chaos replied coldly, "You are already old. I advise you to retreat, lest you attract a fatal disaster for your race." Ah! The old bull looked up and laughed angrily, "Change the rise and fall of the demonic court. It seems that you have high hopes for the North Demon. Since ancient times, the demonic court has passed down the precepts of the demonic court. Those who have the banners of demons will be respected in the demonic court. If the North Demon really has the banners of demons, I will listen to his orders. But where are the banners of demons?" "That's right. Take out the banners of demons," Niu Jingtian sneered. "If they really had the banners of demons, they wouldn't have waited until now. After all, the banners of demons could unleash the power of the demonic court's origin. Even the Almighties would have to avoid them." Shen Xiangming and the others' faces became gloomier. The banners of demons were still in the Tai Baocai's body. "Since you can't say anything, let's do this," Niu Jingtian snorted. "Let the Tai Baocai come out and have a fair fight with the North Demon. If the Tai Baocai loses, we will retreat immediately." Shen Xiangming almost cursed. If the North Demon were to fight with the Tai Baocai who had the banners of demons, even the Divine King wouldn't be enough. This was the demonic court. "The Tai Baocai is nothing," Xin Lei shouted angrily. "Let's not talk about the Tai Baocai. Even if Su Yan was here, he would have to kneel in front of my big brother and tremble. Little brat, if we were outside, I would have killed you with one slap. Why are you still nagging me? Are you done?" Niu Jingtian was furious. His eyes were filled with cold, killing intent. The North Demon's eyes were cold. He sneered, "If I were the Divine King, I would be able to kill you with one slap." What a good young man! Niu Jingtian and the others were furious. The vast land was filled with all kinds of terrifying energy sources. They couldn't help but charge in. "It seems like you guys really want to fight," the shadow sitting in the chaos said coldly. "Then don't blame me for being merciless." The vast land of the demonic court was filled with endless terror and scorching heat. After all, it was the demonic court's almighty. It had been guarding the demonic court for many years. It knew the inside of the demonic court like the back of its hand. Once it woke up from its slumber, the entire world would be filled with an apocalyptic pressure. The entire world was filled with an oppressive aura. All the experts from the various races were terrified. Once this kind of war broke out, even if the demonic court managed to suppress the Golden Iron Bull, they would still have to pay the price. At this critical moment, Su Yan, who was far away in the fire vein, sent a message to Niu Jingtian. Niu Jingtian's aura became even more turbulent. Golden energy waves gushed out from his flesh shell. He said fiercely, "I don't care which old bastard killed the Tai Baocai. I will kill his entire family. I will break every bone in his body and crush every drop of his blood. I want to see if the demonic court's almighty can protect you guys." These words echoed in the demonic court like an explosion. It pierced through people's souls. Zhu Fu, who was driving the furnace of heaven and earth, was furious when he heard these words. He instantly rushed out of the fire vein and rushed to the periphery of the demonic court. He let out a furious roar, "You evil creature, do you want to die? Does your Golden Iron Bull bloodline want to be exterminated?" The whole place was in an uproar. Zhu Fu was enraged and rushed out with a gloomy face. He was a half-step almighty. How could he bear such insults? Moreover, with the prestige of the Ancestral Hall, they didn't need to fear the Golden Iron Bull bloodline. Zhu Fu didn't care at all. Even if the news spread, they couldn't do anything to the Ancestral Hall. Its senior Zhu Fu. The experts from the various peak races were shocked. Was Zhu Fu targeting the Tai Baocai? "You dare to provoke the Ancestral Hall? Are you qualified?" Shen Xiangming and the others sneered. Niu Jingtian's words had completely enraged Zhu Fu. A half-step almighty naturally had his own prestige and dignity. He wouldn't let Niu Jingtian off so easily. How sad! The old barbarian bull sighed and felt sad. No matter what, their bloodline was still the sovereign bloodline of the demon region. Now that the northern demons had provoked the ancestral hall because of them, the old barbarian bull was very disappointed in them. Although the golden iron bull bloodline hadn't returned to their races in this era, the former sovereign bloodline was now treated as an enemy. It was truly sad. This old thing is finally willing to go out. Let's move quickly. This is a heaven-sent opportunity. Ah! Su Yen laughed angrily. He directly followed the fire vein's essence and rushed into the canyon. The atmosphere in the canyon was stifling. The temperature was still scorching, and the universal furnace was still burning. The divine king of the rock race was entrenched in the center, watching the battle that was about to erupt outside. He was also sneering coldly in his heart. They could totally take advantage of this opportunity to cripple the sovereign bloodline, unify the demon region, and kill all those who resisted. Who are you? Who let you in? The divine king of the Pung race's expression changed drastically. He was dumbfounded. Why did two human experts suddenly appear? Moreover, they appeared so strangely in the canyon. How did they sneak in through the array? Dali, stop this old bastard. Su Yan's eyes stared at the universal furnace without blinking. He released a monstrous killing intent. His eyes were vertical as he roared, "Bao Kai, I'm coming." 5th update. Brothers, please vote. Chapter 8:17. You disgraceful things, who are you? The rock race's divine king was shocked and enraged. These two human powerhouses weren't even divine king, yet they dared to sneak in to rescue Tai Bao Kai? This truly subverted his line of thinking. This was a heavenly Pung, and it was even a god king expert. It was much stronger than Zhu Hongtu, whom Su Yen had killed previously. Once it unleashed its power, the terrifying aura released by its treasured body would cause the entire canyon to collapse. The incoming 5-element sword array trembled. This rock race's divine king was incomparably powerful, and his attack power was unparalleled. Even the 5-element sword array found it difficult to suppress his sharpness. The sword lights that filled the skies exploded. The rock race's divine king had revealed his true form. His massive mortal body was enough to cover 10,000 miles of space. The golden claws that reached out caused the space around him to tremble. Even the space beasts that sealed him were shaken away. Boom! The skies were filled with a storm of divine energy. The rock race's divine king rushed over, but he was blocked by the divine king's bodyguards. Old thing, stop right there! Luo Dali roared. The black dragon spear was fully unfurled. His goal was to block the rock race's divine king and buy time for Su Yen to bring Tai Bao Kai out of the universe furnace. You are truly courting death. The rock race's divine king was enraged. This was because Su Yen had already approached the universe furnace. Once Su Yen opened the universe furnace, all of their previous efforts would have been for naught. It might even delay the opening of the convention. It was extremely terrifying and intimidating. Its flesh shell seemed to be cast from gold, gushing with the power to slaughter gods. The 5-element sword array nearly shattered, but Luo Dali's strength left him alarmed. A divine realm powerhouse was actually able to erupt with a divine light that soared to the heavens. Was this a young overlord? Su Yen tried to open the universe furnace, but this furnace was extremely powerful. It was extremely heavy. With Su Yan's strength, it was extremely difficult for him to open the universe furnace. This furnace definitely required a special secret technique to open. The rock race's divine king's sinister laughter rang out. Even the divine king was able to refine the universe furnace to death. You think you can open it? Hee hee, you are truly laughable. Even if you open the universe furnace, Tai Bao Kai will still be alive. Old thing. Su Yan's eyes. Su Yen. Divine King. Su Yen. The divine king of the rock clan felt that either he was seeing things, or Su Yen had really gone mad. That was the universe furnace. Its interior was a world of its own. It was still burning. Given Su Yan's condition, he wouldn't be able to last long inside the universe furnace. He would die instantly. The moment he entered the universe furnace, the terrifying temperature was indeed burning Su Yan's flesh to the point of disintegrating. However, Su Yan had the great Tao Immortal Pearl in his possession. He used it to isolate the abnormal temperature in the furnace of heaven and earth. In the next moment, Su Yan's eyes were fixed on a body that was as big as a fist. Bao Kai. Su Yan's blood boiled. Blood seeped out of the corners of his eyes. Tai Bao Kai had been burned to the point that it had shrunk into a ball. Its charred body looked like it would vanish into thin air if it moved. This made Su Yan's hair dance wildly. His entire body released terrifying killing intent. He roared, "North Demon, if I don't kill you, my name isn't Su Yan." He rushed over. The great Tao Immortal Pearl floating above his head glowed on its own. It spewed out countless strands of light of order. It isolated the universe furnace's terrifying temperature and enveloped the Tai Bao Kai within it. No matter how Su Yan called out, the Tai Bao Kai didn't respond at all. It was as though it had died. If not for the vital chi of the banners of demons in Bao Cai's body, Su Yan would have thought that Bao Kai had already left this world. "Bao Kai, wake up!" Su Yan let out a low growl. His eyes were red. He had suffered too much pain and torture these days. It was uncountable. This was enough to make one despair. Especially now that the Tai Bao Cai's 4 limbs were bound by 4 chaos chains. Who could withstand this kind of torture? There's no solution. We can only attack. It was impossible to take the cauldron of heaven and earth away quietly. This treasure was buried here, and it was comparable to the sacred weapon of a mighty figure. Even the pearl of the great Tao could not forcibly take the cauldron of heaven and earth away. Then only by breaking the seal on Bao Kai could they forcibly open the cauldron of heaven and earth. Of course, the price was that they would definitely be exposed. Su Yan didn't care too much. He grabbed one of the chaos chains and let out a huge roar. His entire body burst with a terrifying aura. He wanted to tear apart a real dragon with his bare hands. "Ah!" Su Yan roared angrily. He raised the chaos chain high and released his strongest strength. He tore the first chaos chain in half. Just like that, one chaos chain after another was torn apart by Su Yan. When the 4 chaos chains broke, the Tai Bao Cai's charred flesh shell trembled. Its entire body cracked. It seemed to have regained its consciousness and wanted to get up. However, as soon as it moved, its frail body began to crack, unable to withstand the pressure. "Don't move. Let's kill our way out." Su Yan's blood boiled. His chest heaved violently. His entire body was filled with murderous intent. This anger made Su Yan want to break through the barrier of cultivation level and kill his way into the immortal realm. His entire body also spewed out a vast amount of vital chi. It ran through the Tai Bao Cai's body and nourished the vital chi that was about to dissipate. Su Yan had just reached this point when he realized that the light released by the great Tao Immortal Pearl was a little dim. Su Yan was shocked. After all, the great Tao Immortal Pearl couldn't compare to the banners of demons. The universe furnace was constantly burning. Su Yan couldn't survive in it for long. In this world, Su Yan raised his head and looked around. The universe furnace was a world of its own. It was like an independent world of flames. There was no way out. Only by attacking forcefully could they kill their way out of this universe world and break open the furnace. Great Tao Immortal Pearl, it's all up to you. Su Yan placed his hopes on the great Tao Immortal Pearl. If they really couldn't kill their way out, they would be in trouble. Both brothers would be trapped inside. 1. The great Tao Immortal Pearl in Su Yan's hand glowed. This pearl was blazing. It was like a condensed great Tao Immortal cave. When it spun and rumbled, the entire universe world trembled slightly. After all, the great Tao Immortal Pearl was one of the most precious treasures of the 36 heavens. It contained unparalleled power. When Su Yen activated the Great Tao Immortal Pearl to its strongest state, this pearl burst out with endless light of order. Dong. The Great Tao Immortal Pearl rose into the air and slammed into the universe world. The huge copper furnace trembled. Because of the heavy impact, it was on the verge of collapsing. Luo Dali, who was already covered in blood, was overjoyed when he saw this. The god king of the Ping race let out a wild roar as he unleashed his battle prowess to its peak state. He suppressed the 5 elements sword diagram to the point where cracks appeared. Luo Dali spat out large mouthfuls of blood, but he let out an angry laugh. His furious battle intent burned as if an ancient war god had returned. His bronze body was incomparably majestic and valiant. He stood in front of the copper furnace like a war god that wouldn't fall even if the heavens collapsed. Kill! He waved the black dragon spear and slashed at the divine king of the rock tribe. Get out of my way! The divine king of the rock tribe attacked like a madman. The divine king's bodyguard had an arm torn off by his claws. Luo Dali was even more severely crushed. Blood spurted out of his pores, but he was too tenacious. He regained control of the 5 elemental sword diagram and bought time for Su Yen. Not good. But outside, Shun Xiangming, who was confronting the Golden Iron Bull tribe, was shocked. He sensed that something was wrong with the universe furnace. Someone was approaching the universe furnace and trying to open it. Someone took advantage of Zhu Fu's absence to sneak into the fire vein. This is bad. Shen Xiangming was so angry that he jumped up. Once the Tai Baokai was taken away, everything would be for naught. The Demon Realm meeting would fall into an awkward situation. The Northern Demon tribe would become a laughingstock. Attack! The moment he moved, the Golden Iron Bull tribe exploded with power. They cooperated with Su Yen to stop the Demon Court experts. In an instant, the entire Demon Court shook. Time seemed to have returned to ancient times. A terrifying expedition broke out in the land of the Demon Court. Even the experts of the Demon Court, who had originally supported Bao Kai, rushed out and risked their lives to resist the various experts approaching the canyon. The experts of the various tribes were dumbfounded. The war broke out too suddenly. Everyone was fighting like a pot of porridge. This could be considered a civil war. No matter how they fought, Shun Xiangming and the others charged into the canyon. No matter what happened, the Tai Baokai couldn't leave. The banners of demons had to belong to the northern demons. Shameless to the extreme. The gods of the northern demons were furious because the void where the northern demons were had exploded. Several powerful weapons filled the starry sky. Niu Jingtian was very decisive. He rushed toward the northern demon and laughed angrily. Little brat, let me see if I can kill you with one slap. He was extremely powerful. His roar shook the starry sky. He opened his mouth and spat out several powerful weapons to attack the northern demons. ****. The northern demon's face was ashen. No matter how powerful he was nothing in front of the divine king. Niu Jingtian and the others' actions restrained a large number of demon court experts. This group of demon race experts rushed back to help. No matter what, if the northern demons died in battle, the king of demons would completely leave the northern demons. However, no matter how big of a ruckus the Golden Iron Bulls caused, no matter how much power they unleashed, there was no way they could stop the forces of the North Yao. Kill them! The entire demon court world was slaughtered. A large number of experts were getting closer and closer to the canyon. They were very nervous and didn't want to see anything bad happen. Roar! The battle in the canyon was extremely tragic. The divine king of the rock race was furious. He recovered his most terrifying power and charged forward. Because the cauldron of heaven and earth was shaking more and more violently, the great Tao Immortal Pearl had already slammed into it more than a dozen times. Su Yen had even used the essence of the divine medicine to continue fighting. Just as Shun Xiangming and the others were about to charge into the canyon, Dong! The cauldron of heaven and earth finally started to rumble. Suddenly, the lid of the cauldron was smashed off. The fire essence spewed out, accompanied by a murderous figure that soared into the sky. Su Yen was like a Kuan Ping rising out of the sea. His golden heavenly eyes also opened. They tore through the void. The furious battle intent in his body swallowed the sky. "Isn't that?" the experts of the various races exclaimed. "Look, isn't that Su Yen, that lunatic?" Chapter 8:18. Ha ha ha! Su Yan's laughter reverberated between heaven and earth. He broke out of the furnace and released a bright light that illuminated the universe. This scene shocked the world. The entire demon court was shaken. Many experts opened their heavenly eyes and saw Su Yan's true body. Each and every one of them were horrified. The older generation were all trembling. This was truly a madman who had caused such a huge commotion. Who was Su Yan? The rising star of the burial realm race. He had a fierce reputation in the universe and was known as an invincible existence below the Supremes. However, no one knew whether or not Su Yan could fight against a heavenly sovereign. The Milky Way galaxy had already been sealed by the Ancestral Hall and the Dark Underworld race. People thought that Su Yan would fade out of the cultivation world and that the future era of gods would have nothing to do with him. However, Su Yan had appeared again and was even in the demon court. How dare he come here? The younger generation of the major races were speechless. Their hearts were filled with fear. Wasn't Su Yan always in the Milky Way galaxy? Why was he here now? Some people were even joking about whether Su Yan would appear in the demon court. When he really appeared, and even in such a shocking manner, it completely shocked the major forces. How bold was he? Is it him? A few old antiques from the Wu clan asked Wu Heng. Seeing Wu Heng nod solemnly, the older generation of the Wu clan was alarmed. This madman was truly a madman. He dared to infiltrate the demon court to rescue Tai Baokai, and he even succeeded. Who would dare to believe it? The powerful figures of the Golden Iron Bull race were all here. However, just as they were about to fight, Tai Baokai was rescued by Su Yan. Make friends with him. This kind of person will definitely achieve great things in the future. It's really a miracle. The experts of the Wu clan were shocked from the bottom of their hearts. There was even a trace of respect in their hearts. Although Su Yan was still considered young, the things that he had done were more and more shocking. In this era where the pinnacle clans were in control, but Su Yan, with his status as a rising star of the Buried Region clan, could actually do such a major thing. Su Yan had even saved the entire Wu clan, which was equivalent to salvaging the clan's fate. This was a huge favor, so the Wu clan valued him highly. Su Yan, Liang Yan was in a bit of a daze. She was as gentle as water, and her appearance was delicate and beautiful. She had the bearing of a young lady from a noble family. It could be said that she was cultured and refined, gentle as water. At this moment, Liang Yan was really frightened. She found it hard to believe that Su Yan actually had the guts to appear here. His guts were even bigger than what Liang Yan had imagined. He Xingjie and the others felt that the scene in front of them was unreal. Although they knew that Su Yan had left the Milky Way galaxy, it was hard to imagine that he even dared to enter the demon realm. This guy really succeeded. However, if he didn't have the Golden Iron Bull's bloodline, the success rate would have been very low. I really want to know how you're going to escape. Fairy Xia's beautiful face turned pale. When Su Yan really did it, she still found it hard to believe. Since he had already been exposed, there was no need to hide. Cauldron. Qian, however, a weak voice came from the mouth of a Baokai, which was as black as a ball and whose appearance couldn't be distinguished, like a mosquito's. Ha 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 ha. Su Yan's laughter became louder. His long black hair danced like a waterfall. This guy was still as greedy as ever. Even at this point, he was still thinking about the cauldron of heaven and earth. However, this also meant that the Baokai was still alive. It still had its spiritual will, which meant that there was hope for it to be cured. Boom! Su Yen waved his big sleeve and directly rolled up the cauldron of heaven and earth. Since this cauldron had been forcibly opened by him, Su Yen could totally take away the cauldron of heaven and earth. This was a priceless item, which was not inferior to the Almighty's holy weapon. A bunch of trash. Zhu Fu's face was ferocious, and there was also a trace of coldness in his eyes. He really didn't expect Su Yen to dare to come here to court death. This was exactly what he wanted. Since Su Yen was here, what problem would there be to capture him? At this moment, Luo Dali had already retreated. The divine king of the rock race roared furiously. He really didn't expect Su Yen to be able to forcibly open the cauldron of heaven and earth. You're courting death. Chop him up alive. Shen Xiangming and the others were flustered and exasperated. If this scandal was exposed, it would definitely become a stain on the Northern Demon's reputation. However, since it had already happened, they might as well kill until the river of blood flowed and cover up this history. Shen Xiangming swore that none of the rioters today would live. Roar! This was the wrath of the demons. A large number of demon experts were already very close to Su Yen. They were the elites of the demon court's earth elites, and they were loyal to the northern demons. Not good. Niu Jingtian didn't lose his composure. He didn't expect that only Su Yen and Luo Dali would come to rescue Baokai. Even if they had the Divine King, they might be able to hold on for a while. However, what could Su Yen and the others use to resist Shen Xiangming and the others? This lunatic is really not afraid of death. The experts from the various peak clans could also see Su Yan's situation. Now that the demons were charging over, how was Su Yen going to defend himself against them? Spare his life. Zhu Fu's cold voice exploded. He also started to cross the river towards his destination, along with Niu Jingtian and the others. Boom! The demons came out of the gate, shaking the mountains and rivers. A large number of demon experts rushed over. Their murderous aura surged and defied the heavens. Endless energy came from afar. Even the Divine King would find it hard to resist this murderous aura. Su Yen, let's see where you can run off to. Shen Xiangming sneered as they erupted at the same time. The scene was spectacular to the extreme. A divine energy even more turbulent than the ocean covered the sky and sealed off Su Yan's path of retreat. They had completely suppressed this space-time and were rushing towards Su Yen. Liang Yan's heart was in her throat. The scene was completely obscured. Su Yan's aura was completely covered. The only thing she could see was a sky-splitting murderous aura brewing. Look! Some people screamed as they saw a resplendent imprint amidst the raging energy vortex. It was suffused with boundless starlight. The moment it gushed out, millions of stars lined up in front of Su Yen. The murderous aura left behind by the old Star Lord bloomed between Su Yan's brows. Kill him! He roared as his blood essence surged. An immortal sword seemed to have split open between his brows. The moment it left his body, it erupted with a blurry light of order. The heaven and earth were riddled with holes and even the firmament exploded. Ah! The world was bleeding and the demons were withering. Hordes of demon race experts were shattered and even the heavenly deities were smashed into meat paste. The murderous aura left behind by the old Star Lord was extremely abnormal. It crushed everything within 100,000 miles and caused blood to pour down like a waterfall, dyeing the broken earth red. Shen Xiangming and the Divine King of the Ping race cried out miserably. This was the energy refined by the old Star Lord after exhausting his divine energy and lifespan. It was equivalent to a life-risking attack of a half-step Almighty. Even the Divine King could be killed. A bloody calamity was born and the demons died miserably. The two Divine Kings were seriously injured by the thunder. As for the Divine King of the Ping race, although the attack he encountered was relatively weak, his body that covered thousands of miles was also riddled with holes. He let out a miserable howl as the Divine King's source of life collapsed. He was seriously injured. Su Yen, you little bastard! The Divine King of the Pung race angrily roared. His badly damaged body trembled as he felt that he was walking towards death. Fortunately, his source of life was powerful enough and he wasn't in such a miserable state. The two Divine Kings were seriously injured. Rivers of blood flowed within 100,000 miles. This purgatory was right in front of them, causing the demons behind to tremble in fear. They didn't dare to approach. Who knew how many times Su Yen could erupt with this technique? At this moment, Su Yen and Luo Dali glanced at each other. Then, under the dumbfounded gazes of the surrounding demons, they joined forces and charged forward. The black dragon spear shone brightly and the immortal iron staff suppressed the universe. No! Shen Xiangming trembled in fear. The wounds on his body were too severe. Now, Su Yen and Luodali had joined forces to kill their way over. The black dragon spear was the first to strike, making it difficult for Shen Xiangming to block. Luodali's strength could not be underestimated. This spear pierced through his chest, causing his entire body to tremble. Dong! Everyone was in disbelief. Su Yen swung his immortal iron staff and directly smashed Shen Xiangming's head. This was a divine king, and he had been forcefully slaughtered by them. Although Shen Xiangming was seriously injured, it was still quite frightening to be able to kill a divine king so decisively. Boom! The vast territory fluctuated because the auras of the Almighty sitting cross-legged in the chaos and the old barbarian bull had finally begun to collide. For a moment, the mountains collapsed and the seas cracked. There were endless cracks in space and time. The entire demon court world was filled with world-burning fury. Many people cried out in fear. Once they started fighting here, the demon court would definitely suffer heavy casualties. This kind of injury was also extremely difficult for the demon court to bear. It's already dead. What are you still doing? The Almighty in the chaos was furious. The sky seemed to be weeping blood as 1,000,000 miles of territory emitted a dull sound. He angrily shouted, "Will you only be willing to do as you wish until the entire demon court retreats for thousands of years?" No one wanted to see the Almighty fight to the death. The old barbarian bull did not have much lifespan left. If it really fought to the death, it would definitely die. And the Almighty of the demon court also did not want to see this scene. After all, once a bloody battle broke out, the damage to the demon court would be very serious. Many people looked at the charred body floating in front of Su Yen. It had already shrunk to the size of a fist. Was this the Tai Baokai? Fairy Zixia's face darkened. Unless they really took out a divine medicine, there was no way to save the Tai Baokai. Who said my brother is dead? Su Yen directly took out a jar. After opening the seal, the divine medicine essence rushed into the sky. Little blue dragons flowed out on their own, steaming with immortal light. They drilled into the charred flesh of the Tai Baokai. Divine medicine essence. The onlooking experts were shocked. They definitely did not expect Su Yen to have such a life-saving medicine. What's the point of saving it? No matter how strong the Tai Baokai is, it's not as strong as the North demons. Do you want the entire demon race to respect this piece of trash? A North demon expert sneered. How dare you ruin our race's plans? None of you will live. Patriarch, don't hesitate. Directly suppress them. As long as the Almighty of the demon court was determined to take action, they would not be able to stop him at all. Are the North demons very strong? Su Yan's eyes were like lightning, shining brightly in the blood-stained world. His voice was like thunder, breaking open the void. He coldly shouted, "Get him out here. I'll kill the North demons with 3 punches. Then, you won't have to worry anymore." Su Yan's domineering aura leaked out. His brothers should decisively take action and smash him with the monthly votes. Chapter 819. Su Yen was also treating Tai Baocai's injuries as he spoke. Everyone present was dumbfounded. They were dumbfounded. They really thought that they had heard wrongly. What did Su Yen say just now? Kill the northern monster with 3 punches? If Su Yen said that he could kill the northern monster with 3 punches, they would believe it. But killing the northern monster with 3 punches? This sentence echoed between heaven and earth, shaking the universe. Was this guy crazy? Kill the northern monster with 3 punches? How could he say that? F***ck, arrogant, too arrogant. Many old antiques from the peak races swallowed their saliva. Was this guy crazy? How could he say such a shameless thing? Was he not afraid that the wind would hurt his tongue? But Su Yen was still treating Tai Baotsai's injuries and nourishing his body. This made people think that this guy was not crazy. Maybe he really had a trump card to kill the northern monster with 3 punches. B****, what are you talking about? Many northern monster experts pointed at Su Yen and trembled. They were furious. They glared at Su Yen and roared. What was Su Yen saying? Kill the northern monster with 3 punches? Boom! The silent land of the demon court was instantly filled with anger. All the experts of the ancestral court were furious. The northern demon was their idol, but Su Yen had threatened to kill the northern demon with 3 punches. This was unbearable for them, especially when the northern monster's body exploded with boundless killing light. His powerful body became more and more dazzling. The vertical eye at the center of his brows showed signs of opening. There was no doubt that the northern monster was strong. This time, he exploded with anger. He was stronger than before. Thick essence blood shot out from his body and pierced through the sky. A blurry and huge figure appeared behind him, looking down at the world. Kill me with 3 punches? However, the northern demon was still very calm. He looked down at Su Yen and said coldly, Su Yen, killing you is as simple as killing a bug. I don't even want to dirty my hands by killing you. What are you talking about? Su Yen glanced at the northern monster and shouted coldly, If you want to fight, then come. Seniors of the Golden Iron Bull bloodline, don't stop him. Let the northern monster come. I also want to see if I can kill the northern monster with 3 punches. Su Yen, you be ****. Big brother, kill him. Xunlei was mad. His face turned red and he roared hysterically, Let him know what despair is. What is invincibility? What madman Su? What burial realm clan? They're just trash among trash. I don't even want to step on them. Big brother, go and kill him. Boom! Suddenly, the world began to shake. This was the surging scene of dragons and serpents rising from the ground. Everyone saw tens of thousands of essence energy dragons flying through the sky, piercing through the heavens and rushing towards the clouds. It was a magnificent scene with endless radiance. Not good. Just when everyone was in a daze, some people's expressions changed drastically. This was an extremely terrifying condensation of the grand momentum of heaven and earth. Boundless killing intent surged out from the earth's crust. Ah! However, they were too slow. Xunlei screamed as his body was shattered. He flew into the sky, and his body was about to explode. At the critical moment, his glabella glowed, and a secret treasure appeared. The power of the Grand Tao burst out and wrapped around Little North Demon's body, blocking the killing technique that Su Yen had unleashed with the Earth Vein energy. Xunlei. The cultivators of the Northern Demon tribe had lost control. Just now, Xunlei had almost been killed by Su Yen. Ah! Xunlei was still screaming. There was fear in his eyes. He felt that his soul was about to be destroyed. Ha ha ha! Niu Jingtian and the others laughed. Although they didn't kill Xunlei, they laughed heartily. This lesson was enough for Xunlei to remember for the rest of his life. His face was still pale. His eyes were full of fear. He almost died just now. If he didn't have a protective secret treasure, he would have been smashed into meat paste. He Xingjie and the others were shocked. Lunatic Su was indeed Lunatic Su. He dared to kill the northern monster's younger brother in front of him. He was too bold. Su Yen, that's a real man. and Ji slapped his thigh excitedly. He wanted to slap Little North Demon to death as well. Su Yan's current actions made Ji incomparably happy. Boom. The Northern Demon's body was shrouded in killing intent. His figure was indomitable. At this moment, he was enraged. His towering body erupted with a heaven-devouring fury as he shouted, "You stinking bug, hand over your life!" However, when the Northern monster was about to attack, he was stopped by the Northern Monster Tribe's experts. "What do you want?" The Northern monster was furious. Were they afraid that he would lose if they stopped him? The Northern Monster Tribe didn't doubt that the Northern Monster Tribe wasn't strong enough, but Su Yan was too strange. He might have a powerful weapon. If the Northern Monster Tribe was really killed, their tribe would be completely finished. So, without full confidence, they wouldn't let the Northern Monster Tribe charge over. "Lord Zhu Fu, something's wrong." At this time, the experts of the Ancestral Palace appeared in groups and reported to Zhu Fu. Their faces were dark. At this time, Su Yan was refining the essence of the divine medicine and washing Baotsai's charred body. This thing had the effect of reviving the dead. Baotsai's charred body was like bamboo after the rain, and it was full of vitality. However, the experts of the Ancestral Palace could see that Su Yan was using the essence of the divine medicine. It was a treasure from the Phoenix Pavilion. "He's the real culprit," Zhu Fu was furious. Zhu Hongtu was his descendant, but the real culprit had appeared, and it was related to Su Yan. "You killed Zhu Hongtu?" Zhu Fu stared coldly at Su Yan. His words stunned everyone. They all knew that a divine king had died in the Ancestral Palace of the Blood Realm, but the real culprit was Su Yan. This was unbelievable. Su Yan dared to kill the divine king? However, when they recalled Shen Xiangming's death, they all sucked in a cold breath. Zhu Hongtu was most likely killed by Su Yan. "You have a problem with that?" Su Yan glanced at Zhu Fu. Since things had come to this point, Su Yan had nothing to fear. The whole place was in an uproar. The real culprit of this case was Su Yan. "Evil creature." Zhu Fu looked up to the sky and laughed. "You evil creature, do you really think no one can stop you? All of you, get out of my way." Zhu Fu's cold eyes landed on Niu Jingtian and the others. He sneered. "Whoever dares to stop me from capturing Su Yan is going against the entire Ancestral Palace. Is your brain rusty?" Niu Jingtian's nostrils spewed out green smoke as he snorted. "Whoever dares to stop the Demon Court's Grand Matter is going against the entire demon region. Don't think that you can scare everyone by mentioning the Ancestral Palace." The old barbarian bull also released his spiritual will. Although Zhu Fu was powerful, he was only a half-step almighty after all. If he wanted to kill Su Yan, he had to ask the old barbarian bull for permission first. "Very well. I also want to see if your lineage can stop the Ancestral Palace." Zhu Fu's face was gloomy. He said to the Almighty from the demon region, "What are you waiting for? Are you not going to make a move?" The atmosphere was tense. Victory and defeat were decided by a single thought from the Almighty. As long as the Almighty decided the victor, everything would come to an end. The figure sitting cross-legged in the chaos was ready to make a move. However, a brutal roar exploded. "Old thing, if you dare to move, I'll make you whole. The entire demon court will collapse. This is bad." The strong cultivators of the Northern Goblin tribe had extremely gloomy expressions because Bao Kai had awakened. He had opened his eyes, and the 10,000 goblin flag hidden in his body was glowing. This flag was powerful enough to draw upon the origin power of the vast goblin territory. Although the Baotsai situation was still very bad, it had already awakened. This meant that the problem was serious. Once they fought, the demon region would definitely be in chaos. "Tai Baokai, you're already injured to this extent. There's no chance for you to recover. Since you're the controller of the banners of demons, you should think about the demon region and its future." The figure sitting cross-legged in the chaos said coldly, Hand over the banners of demons, and you can leave this place safely. The demon region will not pursue your responsibility. Otherwise, you won't be able to leave the demon court alive if you control the banners of demons in time. You should know that the demon region's foundation and strength are not something that can be changed by the banners of demons. This was the will of a mighty figure. His aura began to awaken infinitely, like an overlord at the end of the horizon, about to leave the chaos. Cough. Just as the Baokai was about to respond, he coughed up blood. His body was as short as a ball, and his injuries were acting up. His aura was declining rapidly. The Baokai suddenly became depressed and pitiful. He felt that he was really hopeless. Even if he had the essence of the divine medicine to prolong his life, he wouldn't be able to live for long. Niu Jingtian and the others were extremely anxious. Even the essence of the divine medicine couldn't protect the Tai Baokai? This is fate. The heavily injured god king of the Ping race smiled cruelly. Compared to the North Yao's life, it's on a completely different level. All of you, take a look. Does this trash have the right to lead the Yao region to glory? Roar! The Baokai let out a low roar. He was in great pain. He really felt that he was crippled. The divine power in his body had dried up, and there wasn't any energy left. Whether I'm qualified or not is not for you to judge, Su Yan said coldly. Since you think that my brother's life is worthless and inferior to the northern demon, why don't you change your fate and see whose life is tougher? Su Yan waved his sleeves and the world changed. This was an indescribable scene. It was as if the heavens were crying. Drops of crystalline medicinal juice sprinkled down from the heavens, each drop containing the ability to bring the dead back to life. They were filled with a peerlessly terrifying energy essence. A total of 8 drops of medicine appeared in the air. Its appearance made the mighty figures tremble. This thing had a fatal attraction to them. This was the 9 dragons' treasure medicine. Su Yan only got a few dozen drops, but he believed that 8 drops would be enough to make the Baokai stand up again. Su Yan originally wanted to refine the medicine to extend the Baocai's life. But what happened next left Su Yan bewildered. The 8 drops of medicine seemed to have found their master. They shined on their own and flowed into the Baocai's charred flesh, causing its body to release a terrifying light. This was accompanied by the vast power of time and space. The Baokai was no longer in pain. It felt as if it had returned to a familiar embrace. It greedily absorbed the essence of the 9 dragons' treasure medicine, as if it had fused with its lost self. This feeling caused the Baokai to tremble. Its withered body began to emit a dazzling 9-colored radiance. Heavens! Is that an immortal medicine? How can it be so freakishly strong? It is recorded in ancient texts that a mighty figure of my race once traversed the chaos ruins and found an incomplete universe. He dug out a heaven-defying immortal medicine that could allow a mighty figure to live another life. Everyone present went crazy. How could Su Yan control such a heaven-defying medicine? Please remember the domain name of this book. 9 Heavens Divine Emperor Mobile Version Website. Chapter 820. Immortal medicine was only a legend. Legend had it that immortal medicine belonged to the highest level of divine medicine, but ancient books called it immortal medicine. Even the most powerful clans had limited control over such treasures. Even now, no one knew who possessed such a heaven-defying immortal medicine. There were indeed such medicines in the Chaos Ruins, but they required the life essence of an incomplete universe to nurture. Divine medicine was naturally divided into strong and weak ones. The one Su Yan took from Zhu Hongtu was only the lowest quality divine medicine, but the 9 dragons' treasure medicine of the demon realm was truly special and terrifying. Who knew how many eras it took to nurture it? 1. A medicinal fragrance wafted through 100,000 miles, refreshing the mind. Just smelling it made one feel comfortable, as if one's body had become lighter. This was enough to drive one crazy. How heaven-defying was this medicine that it could spread its medicinal fragrance over 100,000 miles? Moreover, what Su Yen took out was only drops of medicinal juice. Each drop of medicinal juice glowed brightly, becoming more and more dazzling. It contained an unparalleled life essence. Beyond Su Yan's expectations, these drops of medicinal juice rolled down and seemed to merge into one, turning into a furnace of rare medicine that pierced through the Baocai's body. Roar! The decaying Baocai suddenly roared. Its body glowed and its life aura shook. This was the embodiment of coming back from the dead. Its round body forcibly erupted with immortal radiance. The 8 drops of medicinal juice actually merged perfectly with the Tai Baocai, causing its body to emit ancient and mysterious fluctuations of time. It was like a slumbering monster from prehistoric times that was awakening its divine might. Under the shocked gazes of everyone present, the Tai Baocai's body recovered. Its body, which had shrunk to the size of a fist, rapidly expanded. Its declining life essence began to rise at an unimaginable speed. What was this? This was a complete revival from the dead. The Baocai, which was about to die in the heaven and earth furnace, actually stood up. Its withered body glowed, and its declining life essence was revived. They had witnessed with their own eyes that the essence of the divine medicine that Su Yen had taken out was unable to extend Baocai's life. However, the rare medicinal liquid that Su Yen had taken out was actually able to recreate the universe and seize life from the heavens. This was rather unbelievable. 9 Dragons Treasure Medicine. The North Demon's expression changed. It pointed at Su Yen and lost control. You have the 9 Dragons Treasure Medicine. Its words were chilling. Its face was ashen. It pointed at Su Yen with a trembling finger. The 9 Dragon Treasure Medicine was something he had dreamed of. How did it end up in Su Yan's hands? He had even taken it out to save Tai Baocai. This made the North Demon's hair stand on end. Blood seeped out from the corner of his eyes. He let out a terrifying roar that shook the mountains. It was really angry. It kept roaring in grief. The monster realm shook. Countless people cried out. The monster realm had the legendary 9 Dragons Treasure Medicine. How could they not know that Su Yen took out the 9 Dragons Treasure Medicine? Even the monster realm's almighty figures were gloomy. The 9 Dragons Treasure Medicine had appeared and even recognized the Tai Baocai. Was this the will of the heavens? Since ancient times there had been rumors in the monster realm. Only the king of monsters, who controlled the banners of demons, could receive the 9 Dragons Treasure Medicine's recognition. Since the 9 Dragons Treasure Medicine had Tai Baocai, it must have been the will of the heavens. It's none of your business. Su Yen looked at the North Demon and said coldly, "What are you screaming for? You disgrace yourself. Bastard, you did it to the monster court's dragon vein. You killed my subordinate. How dare you?" The North Demon's eyes were about to pop out. His body was burning, and a terrifying aura burst out. At this moment, the North Demon was like the king of monsters. His aura swallowed 100,000 miles and dominated the world. The experts from the various clans were dumbstruck. They had never imagined that the decline of the dragon vein was directly related to Su Yen. He had broken the dragon vein and even the monster court's ancestral bloodline's methods. It really made the experts of the various factions tremble. What kind of domain did Su Yen cultivate? Even the monster court's dragon vein was heavily damaged? If you're not convinced, then come at me. Su Yen suddenly stood up. He looked down at the rivers, mountains, and earth and shouted coldly, "Let's see if I can kill you with 3 punches. Arrogant bug, I want you to die without an intact corpse. I'll crush every bone in your body." The North Demon's aura was fierce to the extreme. His eyes flashed with a terrifying light. There was a terrifying wildness that flowed out, filled with crazy killing intent. Su Yen, you've successfully angered the North Demon. The entire place was in an uproar. Everyone was shocked by the Northern Demon's killing intent. The experts who understood the northern demon were especially clear that he had emitted such an aura because Su Yen had infuriated him. "Get over here. I'll kill you with one slap." The north demon's body was huge. He stood tall, and the scales on his body opened and closed. It was as if thousands of golden killing intents were about to come out of his body. They cut through the void, causing cracks to appear on the nearby mountains and rivers. "Are you in a hurry to die? North Demon, I can fulfill your wish." Su Yen also took a step forward. His killing aura rose and fell in a magnificent manner. In the next moment, everyone exclaimed in surprise. Every step that Su Yen took caused the power of the world to resonate. Vaguely, some people seemed to have seen a blurry demon dragon soar into the sky within a radius of 5,000 miles. Its roar shattered the sky. The dragon roamed the world, dominating the world. The world was trembling. The northern goblin's power and Su Yan's supreme secret technique clashed. The vast territory was shattered. That formless power caused the mountains to be annihilated. And Jidu's heart jumped. Everything within 10,000 miles was turned into ruins. Everything collapsed in front of the power that was secretly awakening. Su Yen admitted that his cultivation level was not as high as the North Demon's, but in this place, it was enough for Su Yan's occult gate's secret techniques to reach their peak. After all, the demon court's earth veins were endless. He could evolve a peak creation killing technique at any time. Even if he had to suppress, he could still suppress the North Demon. Can Su Yen really fight the North Demon? The surrounding people were shocked. Just this clash of power alone was enough for them to re-evaluate Su Yan's combat strength. Every time this guy appeared, his combat strength would transform. Suddenly, an old North Demon walked out and suppressed the North Demon. At the same time, he sneered at Su Yen. "What kind of ability is this to use such a crooked method? If you have the guts, then use your true combat strength to fight the North Demon." "What a crooked method," Su Yen said coldly. "You call a cultivator of the mystic arts a crooked method. You can't bear the consequences. When people of the same generation fight, they should use their true strength." The old North Demon suppressed the North Demon, not allowing him to fight Su Yen. A mocking smile appeared on Fairy Xia's face. Su Yen had even severely injured the demon court's ancestral bloodline. The experts of the northern demon bloodline were naturally vigilant. They didn't want the northern demons to confront Su Yen in such a situation. Some people couldn't help but nod. If Su Yen controlled a large amount of the Dragon Vein's power, how many people of the same generation could stop him? Ha 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 ha. Su Yen looked up to the sky and laughed. "Why is there not a single expert in the demon court who can fight with me? North Demon, didn't you want to kill me? What kind of man are you to hide behind? Open the battle stage. Su Yen, if you want to die, we will fulfill your wish." The North Demon was furious. They prepared to open the demon court's battle stage and let them fight at the same level. "Su Yen, once the demon court's battle stage is opened, your combat strength will be suppressed to the same level. The mystic arts will lose its effect." Niu Jingtian reminded Su Yen not to act recklessly. He transmitted his voice and said, "We should leave quickly. There is more than one mighty figure in the demon court. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and open the battle stage." Su Yan's reply moved Niu Jingtian. Could this guy really fight with the North Demons? His confidence stunned the northern demonic tribe. Only Luo Dali knew what he would think when the northern demonic tribe stepped onto the battle platform and his battle prowess was suppressed to the great Tao realm. What right does a human trash have to enter my demon court's battle stage? All of a sudden, a shadow with a powerful aura swept across the sky. Its huge body filled up the mountains and rivers, and its bright golden wings shattered the clouds in all directions. It could easily split the sky and split the stars in the universe. The creature that came was terrifyingly powerful. Its golden eyes burned with flames as it shouted angrily, The North Demon Highness is a supreme being. What right do you have to fight a fair battle with the North Demons, Su Yen? Pengkuan, what are you doing? The severely injured divine king of the Ping race had an ugly expression. He didn't expect the most outstanding king of the Ping race to suddenly appear. Pengkuan was famous in the demon court. His combat strength was extremely strong, and he was a hidden genius of the Tian Ping race. At this moment, his eyes were filled with crazy killing intent. He said coldly, Su Yen, you killed my brother. Today I will turn you into ashes. A peerless genius of the Ping race. He can be called the young overlord of the demon court. The spectators were especially expectant. The appearance of such a creature was enough to represent the demon court and Su Yen in a punitive expedition. An expert of the North Demon race praised, well said, Pengkuan. You are the most suitable person to appear. If Su Yen dies here, the buried region will say that we are bullying the weak. The divine king of the Ping race had an ugly expression. He didn't want Pengkuan to appear. Once Pengkuan died in battle, the Tian Ping race would have no successor. This Su Yen was quite strange. Patriarch, don't worry. Today, I will personally take off Su Yan's head on behalf of the North Demon Highness and sacrifice it to my brother's soul. Pengkuan's eyes were filled with killing intent. Back then, Su Yen had killed the overlord of the Ping race in the divine spiritual mountain range. He had already angered the Tian Ping race. I think after I kill you, I will take off the North Demon's head and sacrifice it to the three of you. Su Yen replied. Rip. A Ping claw split the sky. It recovered its strongest power and gathered the strongest divine power in its body to erupt with the Ping race's greatest divine power, the heavenly Ping claw. The world couldn't withstand it and was torn apart. The boundless heavenly Ping claw split the sky, surging with all kinds of golden divine light, containing peerless sharpness. Kill! Pengkuan roared. Under the heavenly Ping claw, the void exploded. It was as if the entire world was being torn apart. The power contained within was extremely abnormal and terrifying. Hong Long. Su Yan's eyes opened wide. Behind him, 10,000 Tao resonated and surged with heaven overflowing light. It was as if a corner of an ancient immortal planet had appeared, emitting energy fluctuations that could suppress all life in the universe. His aura was completely different. He was like a demonic god crossing the heavens. Energy surged from his back, even more ferocious than the waves of the highest heavens. In an instant it filled the world. The sound of 10,000 Tao resonated, shaking the world. In the scene of heaven and earth trembling, Su Yan's power was peerless. 10,000 Tao transformed into the power of dragons and tigers, splitting mountains and splitting seas. He was filled with the supreme power of the demonic Tao. Dong! Su Yen punched forward. The aura of dragons and tigers suppressed the sea, rushing into the heavens and dominating the world. Trash, North Demon, get the hell out here and fight! Su Yan's hair danced in the wind. His divine power filled the sky, emitting a terrifying domineering aura. His fist blasted apart the heavenly Ping claw.